now. All right.
All right.
And we're live.
Hold on. Okay. Go ahead.
Wait, hold on. Are you live on your end?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I am.
Now you are. Okay.
Now I am. Yeah.
All right. Well, here I'll let you introduce yourself to my audience,
Um.
to the one person who's watching.
Hello, one individual. I am Joe's friend. Just it's a partner in crime because we do a lot of crime and gay shit like that. But yeah. And
Shit.
I also have a Twitch just like Joe called Yappy So there you go.
Yeah. Give my boy a follow.
Or a fuck you.
Yeah.
That one also works. Nice.
There you go. And I'm Comrade Joe 714. Adrian's friend since middle school. Adrian's friend since.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm trying to put this on Twitter. Now known as X. Because I'm not gonna say. I don't want to call it X.
It's triple X, Joe. Because of all the porn that's there. It's triple X. Not just X, it's triple X. You need to be more, you need to add a little more X's to that. You need to put some respect on that.
Put
You
some
know what I
respect.
mean?
Put some.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Put some respect
On that X.
on that X.
On that X.
So
So,
twitch.tv/ Comrade
slash Mama
Joe
Huevo.
714. I'm also gonna put yours. Twitch.
Oh, okay.
TV /
Uh,
yappycappy, right?
yeah. Hold on.
Yappycappy
I'm going to do the same.
98.
Twitch.tv / Comrade Ho 619. Nice.
The volume down on volume master. Okay, we're gonna start out with
Nice.
this video with the majority report with Sam Cedar. If you guys wanna take a look at this video on your own, subscribe to the channel if you guys want to subscribe to Sam Cedar. If you're a Sam Cedar fan. Anyways, we're gonna watch this. Trump's power already waning? Question mark.
It's winning, Joe? He's winning?
Major communications
He's waning.
platform. And Zuckerberg now
he's
with his
waning.
broccoli haircut on the frickin' Joe Rogan Experience, acting like he's a TikToker. They're all genuflecting. They all, I mean, this TikTok ban, if it goes through or if it's sold to somebody that Zuckerberg can work with, Instagram, that's their biggest competitor. Like, there's a lot on the line, and of course, the antitrust lawsuit about their purchase of Instagram and WhatsApp. But the whole salute thing, it's not the number one story in the end, but I do feel like the reaction has been indicative of the immense challenges that we face in this corroded communications environment. This billionaire owns this tech platform, and he scared a lot of outlets out of even talking about the fact that he appeared to allegedly do a Sig Heil at the inauguration. And
Are we okay with that, Joe? Or no?
Oh hell.
Is that cool?
Oh
It's
hell.
not cool?
Hell no, brother.
Thank you for telling me, Joe. I didn't know that.
I don't like no Nazis. There's like motherfucking Ben Affleck. I don't like no Nazis. Wait, is it Ben
What?
Affleck? No, not Ben Affleck. What's his name?
Nice, Joe. You just threw Batfleck as a Nazi. How do you feel now? Feel pretty shitty, huh? That's Batman.
Very.
That's Batman.
Batman's a capitalist.
Okay.
Come on, let's be real. Rich man beats on poor people trying to make a buck.
I mean, Joe, that's kind of funny though.
Let's be honest.
You gotta be honest. It's a little funny.
Little.
It's a funny haha. No,
No, yeah,
not cool.
no, yeah, very. It's it's something, but yeah, I mean,
Nice.
Elon, man, crazy. The salute,
It's a loop.
the salute it's not a salute. It's a. I mean, come on, let's be real.
What is
It's
it, Joe?
he did
What
this.
is it?
He did the Sig Heil.
Which is
That
Joe. What is it?
it's a Nazi gesture.
So it's a salute. It's a salute, Joe.
Gesture, salute,
To fellow
greeting, farewell.
salutations. Mm.
It's like aloha, but for Nazis.
Okay. It's like Moana, but anti-Semitic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And pretty much with Elon doing it out in public during the inauguration, you know, it just makes these Nazis more comfortable to you know, do Nazi stuff, you know.
Well, Joe, he's also autistic, so you're punching down on an autistic billionaire, Joe. How do you feel?
So I feel very
How do you feel?
I feel
Punching
very
down on an autistic billionaire, huh, Joe?
I feel like an awesome ableist.
Yeah, that's right, Joe. Damn, Joe.
I'm an ableist and I like it only when it applies to
You're a
Elon.
bad guy. You're a bad guy.
Yeah, just
Like
like
Billie Eilish.
yeah, I was about to say just like
Billie
Billie
Eilish.
Eilish. I just
Yeah.
saw him. I was watching Hassan earlier,
Oh, yeah.
and there was a pastor giving a sermon, and he straight up did the same thing Elon did, and
Nice.
he even said, "Oh, my heart goes out to you." Like like that is the new Heil Hitler, basically.
Yo,
All these motherfuckers are
I
saying
gotta
it.
f-
It's like a
hold on, Joe.
dog whistle. Oh, what's up?
I got a follow from Baby Alexis. Thanks for the follow.
Baby Alexis, thank you for the follow for yappycappy98. Thank you so much. Yeah,
Nice.
that's actually one of my followers. They followed me yesterday, I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Sick.
there we go.
That's cool.
Let's keep watching this.
It doesn't really even matter what the truth is, right? His heart goes out to you. Yes, it doesn't matter what the truth is to an extent, because his fans and that alt-right, like almost Gamergate 4chan community that Bannon empowered and saw as the vision for Trump's base, and it's played out. It's what's happened. They're all they're post-truth people. They're postmodernists that believe that you just make your truth by speaking it, and there's no objective truth. And I feel like, because our politics are so captured by big money, because people feel like their voice is not heard democratically, and I include Biden in that, by not, stepping aside for a primary, that made people's voices feel like they weren't heard, and he didn't hear them on Gaza either.
He didn't hear him because he was Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe Biden. Come on, Jack.
No people were heard. It's called X. You can express whatever you want on X. It's the free speech platform, Joe.
The everything.
You know that?
The everything app. Literally everything.
Exactly, the everything app. Exactly.
You got your Nazis, you got your leftists, you got your moderates, your centrists, you got your libertarians, you got your pedos.
That's right.
Literally the everything app. You got OnlyFans models.
That's pretty cool.
You got streamers.
Respect the hustle.
You got sex workers, drug dealers.
Yes. Nice. Marketplace of ideas.
Mm-hmm. He should have used that instead of the everything app. He should have put the marketplace of ideas.
That's what X stands for, Joe. The marketplace of ideas. He couldn't fit it all into one little thing, so he reduced it into X.
You're right.
Like his son. His name is also X or something like that.
Hold on, let me look it up real quick. Elon's son name. Oh
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, it comes out X. XAE12.
Yeah. He called him some kind of software.
Bro. Imagine he's gonna be so bullied at school. That's so
No, he's
fucked.
not. Come on, Joe.
Yeah, he
He's
will.
got billions of
I
dollars.
feel
He
like
can literally
Trump's greatest
whoever gets
accomplishment.
bullied, he has money to make that family disappear.
That's
He'll be
true.
fine.
You're not wrong.
So he's fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He's got 2 Samoan bodyguards with him at all times,
And
and
Somalian pirates.
he's got
That's
that
funny.
brain implant that's gonna supercharge his senses. He's gonna be able to smell what the Rock is cooking, bro. It's gonna be insane.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Is the nihilism that he's engendered, and the fact that there's no objective truth and people don't know how to use their power in our society anymore, democratically or with their voice, because it's so corroded.
And that means that
So true.
all the old sort of standard values of like, sorry, the dog is like demanding attention.
That's okay.
All the old
Yeah, you
standard
give that bitch
values
attention.
of like humility or shame or empathy or mercy, in the words of the bishop who they were so angry dared to
Yeah.
like preach this very basic Christian message of Christian tolerance. All those
That was pretty
virtues
funny.
are kind of out the window.
Yeah, I think what she's talking about when they did that when Trump went to
Yeah.
the church, right, to the cathedral, the congressional
Yeah.
cathedral. Yeah,
And he found out she was a woman.
yeah.
That's what made him mad.
Probably, honestly, most likely, it's like, damn,
Live a vagina.
they got DEI in the churches. DEI. What's next? A transgender pastor? I don't think so. Not on my watch.
Exactly.
It's like, make the strongest survive, and the biggest liar, and the person who's willing to be the most shameless, and just go out there and get yours. I mean, that's the crypto ethos too, right? It's like, yeah, it's just no holds barred. Might makes right. You see this in foreign affairs as well, with what Israel's been able to get away with over the previous year.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels very much like that is the era that we live in. And part of what is so depressing, and I'm like we're going to keep fighting, and you never know where opportunity and hope presents itself. Like, there's always openings that emerge. But part of what is so depressing too is the level of capitulation, the lack of really, I mean, the Democratic Party is just so pathetic, right? They're ready to just capitulate and do.
Yeah, honestly, Democratic Party should just dissolve.
Well, they like it in the ass.
Yeah, they do.
They
So
like it
hard.
Long and hard.
Yeah,
Stiff.
it's crazy.
Black.
Not Nosferatu penis, bro.
Exactly.
Have you seen that movie?
No.
Pretty good
Watching
movie.
Vampire penises now, Joe?
I love it, bro.
Oh, okay.
I love it. He's
It's
the
a
only.
steak. Oh, Joe.
It's a lifestyle, bro. It's a state of mind.
Oh,
You
okay.
wouldn't get it.
Yeah. It's true.
No, but yeah, Democrats completely are just in the shitter right now. They're
Yes.
they're cooked. Honestly, I honestly don't know how they make a comeback.
The diss track. That's their comeback. A diss track in the form of policy.
Yeah.
Or a policy as a form of a diss track.
Mm-hmm.
They need Kendrick Lamar. That's who they need.
They need Kendrick, 50, Eminem. They need
Yeah.
they need the Mount Rushmore of rap.
Exactly. Try it.
Kinder, gentler fascism by and large. Like, that seems to be the direction that they are going to go in. They're going to sign on to the Lake and Riley Act and swear that they're truly border hawks like Trump, and effectively adopt his worldview, sort of like Clinton adopted Ronald Reagan's worldview and consolidated the neoliberal era. So with some exceptions, like I would say AOC's been great, Bernie Sanders has been great.
Okay. AOC has not been that great, in my opinion.
It's because she's Puerto Rican, Joe? Is that the reason why?
Yes, exactly. No, I'm just kidding.
It's a make-believe country.
I feel like she's kind of sold out to the establishment Democrats.
Yeah.
I feel like she's not really as progressive as she like once was, especially with like some of the this decisions that she's made in the during the election and stuff.
Yeah.
Like she was supposed to be the darling of the progressive side of the Democratic Party. And I don't know. I haven't really seen it lately as much as she used to.
Yeah.
And also, she completely betrayed the Green Party. She used to be a Green Party member, I think, or intern for Green Party. And she completely shit on them. Well, I mean, with good reason. I mean, she obviously wants Kamala to win, which I mean, I was not. I mean, I didn't vote Kamala. But oh, excuse me. But yeah, I don't.
She told Jill Stein, "I don't recycle anymore."
Yeah,
Jill Stein killed herself.
Yeah.
Nice. Very cool.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about AOC right now. I mean, I still like her. She's, she's beautiful. She's pretty.
Of course. There we go.
I'm sorry. I'm a simp.
Reason, huh,
I'm a simp. I'm sorry.
That's all I needed to hear. That was it, Joe.
But policy-wise, I feel like she could do way better. And honestly, she needs to speak out more. I think all Democrats need to speak out more. Especially during this time, they have to be the voice of opposition in this time of rising fascism in the United States.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Bernie's doing a pretty good job. I mean, I think I saw a little bit of the Senate hearing with RFK.
Yeah.
And man, he was Bernie was grilling RFK, bro.
You're grilling the elderly person with speech
with
impediments.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm ableist like that. Okay, I'm sorry.
He starts barking.
Friggin' RFK, bro. Dude, we're so cooked. We're so cooked.
Like his
There are
throat.
but overall, the Democratic Party has not had a credible organized resistance. Obviously, the media organizations are all like terrified. CNN is shifting Jim Acosta to the middle of the night or whatever. You had the George Stephanopoulos, ABC settled that big lawsuit. You have Washington Post, Jeff Bezos, that whole situation. You even actually had a story out today. I don't know if you guys saw this Columbia Journalism Review. Talked to Paul Krugman. He left the New York Times because he felt like he was being throttled and censored there. Was that part of a pre-Trump capitulation as well? Joe and Mika going down to Mar-a-Lago. So even your like liberal style MSNBC resistance is by and large dead and gone.
They're also taking it up the ass.
That are out there to really point out
pretty much
what is going
pretty
on
much.
And offer, most importantly, offer an alternative vision. Offer a different fork in the road that leads us away from authoritarianism and fascism and constant climate horror and turmoil. That it's difficult to see how we really get it together and really have a sort of forceful resistance against these powers.
She's right. Honestly,
no, she's
I just hope that the liberal Democrats don't go down the same path as the liberal Democrats in Germany when Nazis came into power.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the best way to do that is to make sure that the liberals don't capitulate to fascists all the damn time down the road for the next hopefully 4 years.
Right.
Is to I mean, we need to like speak up, speak out also. There has to be like demonstrations, protests, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then also like people just need to go out and vote. I mean, we got midterms in 2 years from now, I think, or next year. I think
something like that.
I think it's in 2 years.
Yeah.
So those midterms are going to be really crucial, especially with the reshuffling of Congress.
Mm-hmm.
If we can take away the Republican majority, then at least we have something to prevent This motherfuckers trying to do what they want to do. Did you see one of the I forget who it was. I don't know if it was a representative or I think it was a representative. He wants to amend the Constitution, but to take away term limits for presidents.
The one from Arkansas. All those?
Yes, there you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
Goebbels. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they want to take presidential term limits away, which basically it's like, bro, okay. He said he wants a third Trump presidency. What's stopping him from going for 4, 5, 6, even?
Wow. I didn't think of that.
Might as well just be president for life.
That is true. Why not?
I'll do the most patriotic thing. I'm gonna be president for life.
I mean,
That's
I don't
right.
like voting, so it's easy on me.
Yeah. I mean, Trump did say after him, we don't have to vote anymore. So
He did say that.
I mean, I don't know. He could be right. You know, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
You raise.
It's pretty
you
hard.
answered some of like what I wanted.
No,
to talk
yeah,
about
it
at
is.
the end
It
here.
is.
You know, like how we push back on this. I think there's a little more time to develop, and obviously, like, you know, it's bleak. I think it's going to get a little bleaker before it gets a little bit less bleak. And that's what we're really aiming high for less bleakness by over the course of the next 12 to 24 months.
Yeah.
But let's talk a little bit about like your approach to this. I mean, you bring it up a little bit in terms of like what's going on with the media. There's a lot of these outfits that capitulate. There's like Bezos with his endorsement. That was the first sign to me. It's not like the Washington Post endorsement was going to make a difference anyways. But the idea that his first reaction is like, okay, we're gonna
Give me 1
going
second.
to capitulate.
I'll
We're
keep the
going
video
to
playing, but I'll be right back.
Make it clear.
All right, Hassan.
I think CBS is even also thinking about giving them money from an interview, giving Trump money, defamation money from an interview because Harris, as the candidate, said something that Trump said was not real.
I'll be able to pause it.
And there's no case there, obviously, but they're just like, $13 million or whatever it is. It's just it's a tribute to Caesar. But
yeah,
what
was it? Is that Amazon that paid Melania $40 million for her
documentary,
right?
Everywhere. This is coming at a time where, as much local media has been, falling apart for years and disappearing and this and that, we're at the worst ebb of it. Maybe it gets worse from here. How and you mentioned CNN and MSNBC are about to be spun off by their parent companies. They were playing this in a while. So CNN is not going to have is going to be, it's like becoming quickly just like an online is going to end up being like mostly an online thing, maybe 3 or 4 years from now. MSNBC is not going to have the NBC resources anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's going to be a completely different sort of animal in 2 or 3 years.
Are you back?
And
what's happening?
So within this like sort of media environment, right?
Can you hear me now?
You have a couple of very big shows.
Okay.
How do you guys, and you can address sort of the media environment, but also like, are you sitting back and saying, because
any points you want to make of the stuff that you saw when I was gone?
No.
No? Okay. Just making sure.
I'm good. No, go ahead.
We're sort of working on this and nibbling around the edges, but as you know, it's very difficult when you're doing a daily show to be able to step back and take a sort of a 6-month, 12-month, whatever look at how are you going about saying like this strain of stuff is the most important, right? Because the naturalized citizen thing, it's hugely important, but it also seems to be blatantly unconstitutional. So it will attract a lot of attention, but may not go anywhere. Meanwhile, Russell Vogt, the least sexiest of cabinet members or Senate confirmees, he may be one of the most important people in the government. I mean, so how do you decide?
Wait, who did he say? The senator?
I think so. Yeah.
Like, do you have
Russell
a formula? What is it? What are you guys doing to sort of assess what's the most important thing to follow when we're getting news like out of a fire hydrant.
Yeah, it's not an
Just
easy
stretch
task
'em
on a
out,
day-to-day
talk
basis when you're
about.
trying to plan a show, etc. I think probably tying together how so many of these crises are driven by inequality and oligarchy. That way you have a coherent frame that people can really wrap their heads around. It's something people are already deeply, deeply concerned about. I think it's a real Achilles heel for Trump specifically and the Republican Party. You know, I mean, the imagery on Inauguration Day, like a coherent political movement should be able to really use that over and over again. But he's going to disappoint. You know, egg prices are already going up. Tariffs are going to spike prices even higher. If you truly have mass deportation, even just the threat of mass deportation is likely to spike food prices higher. They are not going to do anything to deal with the cost of living crisis at all. They're likely to make it much, much worse at the same time as giving tax cuts to the rich. I think
That's
hammering
right.
home that message
Mm.
around oligarchy.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, I think I saw Trump was speaking to Republicans the other day, House Republicans, and
Yeah.
he was saying like, "Oh, we did such a good job with the oh, hey Archer, how's it going? Thanks for coming into the chat, Archer." Sorry. Yeah, I think I saw Trump was like speaking to House Republicans the other day, and he was saying like how great of a job they did cutting the taxes down from, I think it used to be like 40% and down to 30, and he wants to cut it down even more
Nice.
to like possibly 15, as low as 15%
Nice.
for all the rich folks. So if that does happen, if it goes to 15%, that means technically the poorest people in the United States pay more percentage wise in taxes than rich people. Like I think the lowest percentile is I think it's the tax rate is like at 32 or 30 something percent
Mm-hmm.
or close to that. And yeah, he was saying like, yeah, we're gonna get it as down as 15% if your business makes if your business makes products in the United States, but if your business does not make products within the United States, then your tax rate will be 21%, which is, you know, still low. But like
Nice.
like Jesus, dude, the wealth
We're gonna
inequality
go
is
low,
gonna go
low, low, low,
crazy,
low.
bro.
Yeah.
Wealth
It's
inequality
pretty
about to
cool.
go crazy.
And using that as the political framework is probably
Just
the
stop being
best
poor.
direction to go in. And obviously, AI ties into that. The climate crisis ties into that. People's just day to day, you know, living and material conditions tie into that. So that's how I'm thinking about it. I mean, you know, I'm trying to be a little more vocal and a little bit more, I guess, maybe aggressive in both my social media and how I approach the breaking points and just the way I'm articulating things in general, because I think that fight is required right now and the stakes are incredibly high. And I've been heartened to see you guys, like your channel's doing great. Kyle's channel is taking off, like David Dole, Mike Figueredo, people who are, you know, have a really great message and
The
are not
homies.
cowed and are, you know, not afraid and
That's right.
bending the knee, etc. That's been very heartening to me because I think probably the most important project right now, and this is something I think you guys have long done a great job at, a better one than I have, is taking liberals who are right now disaffected and helping to radicalize them into a true leftist worldview. And there's a lot of liberal disappointment with MSNBC and Washington Post and the Pod Save Bros and the New York Times, and their political leaders have let them down. Like when those
Bros.
base voters were talking
I know
about
that
fascism
one was
and soft.
that was a kind of a weird mention, in my opinion.
I mean, they're okay, but
I don't know. They're not like
they kind of suck.
they're not like, I don't know. I don't see them like as true out and out leftists.
Well, they're not. That's what she was
Yeah.
saying.
Oh wait, hold on. One of my chatters is saying something. Let's see. Archer says, "I feel the tax percentage should be equally no matter whether poor or rich." That's kind of fair. It makes it fair, but not really if you think about it, Archer. If the tax percentage is the same for everyone, then I mean, someone who makes less technically pays more in a weird sense. as in like, you know, and if that you got taxed 10% of like 100,000, then that's like what? That's like 10,000 you're putting in taxes at least, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. I mean, and that those 10,000 is a decent chunk of money. But if you're like tax 10% of someone who has like 1 billion, that's like what? That's like $100 million, right? And
I think
that's really like nothing to them, really. I mean, if you have $1 billion and you're only giving out 100 million, that means you still have over 900 like $1 million left, plus whatever other capital that they own. I mean, someone who makes $100,000 doesn't really have any capital per se. It's more like personal property rather than like private capital property. So
Right.
the whole tax structure is kind of weird. I think honestly we have to go back to like 1940s capital gain, or not capital gain tax, 1940s tax structure, when the richest people, like the top 1%, used to pay like 90% in taxes rather than what it is now, which is like at 30%, which is like nothing. I mean, even if you tax someone at 90% and someone who makes like millions and billions of dollars, they're still gonna be rich at the end of the day, no matter what. They're just gonna have they're gonna have less, but they're still gonna have more than me or you. You get me?
Yep.
Yeah. But no, I mean, Archer's going for true equality here. Okay, he's
Nice.
saying, or the tax should be based on your income, in my opinion. If rich makes more, then they pay more in taxes. See, there's the thing is, that's also a good idea. There's a bunch of loopholes that rich people use. I mean, technically, like I like to give this example. Say for example, Mark Zuckerberg, he's the boss, he's the CEO. He gives himself an income, a taxable income of like something real low that puts him in a low tax percentile or a low tax rate bracket rather than where he's supposed to be. So say for example, he puts his salary at like 300,000, right? A year. Then he'll be in that tax bracket for 300,000. But at the end of like the fiscal year, they usually give out bonuses, and a lot of these CEOs get big bonuses. Like we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars sometimes in bonuses, and bonuses are not taxable. You cannot tax bonuses because I think there's like a loophole where you can't tax bonuses. Really, it's like technically not taxable income for some weird reason. And then there's also other things that they use. They use tax havens. They put their money in a offshore bank account where they can't get taxed. They'll also use stock buybacks. So because I mean, stocks, you don't pay taxes on stocks until like you sell them and you earn actual money from stocks. So I mean, the stock buybacks could be another loophole that these rich people can use. There's a whole bunch of other ones that I don't want to say. I'm rambling on. Let's just keep going to the video.
Very
Trump
nice,
is a
Joe.
fascist threat. They actually meant it, whereas many of these media figures,
But no,
and outlets were just
good
mouthing
talking
the
points,
words
Archer. Good.
to garner
I mean,
an audience. And so
you're gonna learn
even
as we
I
talk
am
more and more.
largely quite depressed about the moment that we're in, I do think there is a large opportunity there for channels like yours, and to the extent I have a voice out there as well, to try to articulate this alternative approach to combating fascism, which of course reaches into our own American history with FDR and the New Deal. And obviously, of many people now that Bernie Sanders can never run for president again, being like,
I
oh, it turns
know.
out that guy had some good ideas, etc. But to me, that's the project that kind of gives me life and keeps me going right now in this moment, which is very grim. And I will say one thing just to put out there on a hopeful note, as I know you guys need to wrap up and move on, but Branko Marcetic had a good column in for Jacobin about Trump, yes, he has a lot of power right now, but there are also a lot of weaknesses in the coalition. He did only win by 1.5 points. Like, he's coming into office with what for him is a pretty good approval rating, but historically for presidents, including Joe Biden, is quite a low approval rating. He's a lame duck. And so, this could end up being kind of the peak of his cultural and political power. So that's certainly a possibility as well as things play out. One thing I'll be watching is we mentioned that federal court decision on the birthright citizenship. They immediately smack it down. One thing we'll be looking to too is does he adhere to that? Because since he has immunity, even if it went up to the Supreme Court, it's also possible that he says, you in what army? Right. So those are some of the things that I'll be watching out for too, is how far he's willing to push the bounds of the power that he has.
I mean, I think going into this, they knew they had 2 years. They had 2 years. This Congress, this House, this Senate, that's, maybe they're wrong. They may have 4 years of it, but they go into it with 2 years. So they're going to try and jam everything into this thing. And I think, I hope you're right. I think Trump's political power may be fleeting, but
hold on, I'm looking for my keys.
Once they get into these, once they destroy the civil service, to rebuild that, and you live down in that area, you're going to start seeing neighbors going I'm out of this business. I'm no longer working at the EPA as a lawyer anymore. I'm going to, they're just to go in and demoralize, the job of going in and demoralizing an agency.
Wait, what's up? Did you say something?
Has to be if you are a.
Did you say something? I thought I heard. Oh, my bad. Okay.
Uh-oh, Joe, you're going schizo, buddy. You're going crazy.
Baby. Yamala? Hold on. I need to find my keys. Someone needs to use my card.
Hateful, conservative. The funnest thing in the world to do, because you can't fail almost. It's I'm just going in with an iron suit to do demo in this apartment building. And it's maybe I'll do it in an efficient way. Maybe I won't, but some things I want to smash that mirror and take a Sawzall to this couch, and that's it. It's going to be ugly, I think.
And it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy too, because then they can turn around. You want to grow the government. Look at how ineffective the government is. It's
100%.
Because you stripped it down.
Yep.
So there's nothing left. So of course it can't deliver for people because you destroyed it. You intentionally destroyed it. Avian flu, we didn't even mention that. Another thing is they're, attacking public health agencies and getting ready to install RFK Jr., et cetera. There's a lot to be concerned about there too.
Yep. Well,
on that note,
well, plenty to talk about.
No, but it's important. I think the fact that you and Kyle are resisting so aggressively. The disaffected liberal thing too is important. Where I want our commentary on our end to be both intersectional. I think that's and defensive in on every front in terms of not throwing any group over the bus, right? And I think that sometimes it's a different. Hunter. Throwing every group is being thrown over the bus. Actually, yes. And I think that that's another thing I'm trying to focus on as well. And we'll see. But I appreciate you coming on today, Crystal. Thanks so much.
Thank you guys. Sorry, I'm having a coughing moment here. I'm just so overcome with emotion at getting shot.
She's killing her.
Appreciate.
All good.
Trump is killing her.
The talk.
Thanks so much.
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the.
Dang,
oh, hell no.
I missed most of it.
It's all right.
I was trying to look for my keys, but I can't find them. Might have taken them.
You never had keys, Joe.
Maybe. Okay, what does it say? Archer says something else. Archer says, this may be true for everyone. Sometimes stuff like this can lead to people to do more jobs or even drift and can do illegal stuff. Just for them to have food on the table and have a warm, cozy place to rest. Yes, exactly. If you don't have safety nets or any programs to help, people who are in unfortunate circumstances, they're going to turn to a life of crime. Let's be real. If people become super desperate, they're willing to do anything and everything to survive, The sad reality.
Like doing drugs. Crime.
I know, because I do crime all the time, baby.
Yeah, pirating videos.
All right, now we're going to watch Waukegan Illinois woman devastated after ICE takes her dad.
Bakugan, Illinois.
This is from CBS Chicago.
Bakugan, Illinois.
Yep.
Crazy.
I know.
They go around town just Bakugan
in the Chicago area performing targeted
He just got cut off by that lady completely, bro.
I was like, oh, you fucking bitch.
Yeah, I know. You saw that look he gave her?
Yeah, it was about color the N-word or something.
It's like, damn.
I'm about to say it right now.
Oh my god.
Throw a racial slur at her.
Yeah.
a campaign
This is my show.
by President Donald Trump.
We are hearing from people about the moments those agents knocked on their doors. Our Charlie DeMar shares the emotional experience of one Waukegan family. Charlie?
Joe and Erica, good evening. The Waukegan woman who we spoke to says
Charlie
ICE agents showed up early
DeMar.
Sunday morning asking for
Charlie
her dad,
DeMar.
a man who has lived in this country for decades, raised his
Charlie
family.
FC.
Now his future is uncertain. This video, exclusively obtained by CBS News Chicago, shows what
ghost.
Yanitza Marquina says is her dad, Andres Marquina, being
Oh,
led
no,
away
no.
from his Waukegan home by immigration enforcement agents early Sunday morning.
Damn.
I feel heartbroken, devastated. I don't find this fair at all. I wish my dad could just come back home and be at home like he's always has been.
Marquina says her dad fixes cars, works a warehouse job, and has built a life in Waukegan after coming to America from Mexico. She acknowledges he has been in legal trouble in the past, but says Andres has taken steps to address it.
His past is
He's just being an American. I mean, come on.
No, Joe, you
What American
don't know
has?
what he was doing. He could have been fixing those cars for who? The cartel. You don't know that, Joe.
I mean, come
That's
on.
why we had to pull him over.
What American has not committed a crime? Let's be real.
That's different, Joe. Come on, buddy. Those are red, white, and blue crimes. Okay,
Red, white, and
that's the difference.
yeah, an insurrection at the Capitol.
Exactly, Joe. Thank you. Now you understand. You get it now.
Very patriotic, brother. Hell yeah.
Tasing a cop on his neck. That's as American as it gets.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's right.
Exactly. Not these migrants doing, petty
Fixing
crimes.
Fixing cars.
Come on, do a crime like a real American. A drunk drive and kill like a family of 5. Come on, let's be real.
Come on, buddy. If you wanna blend in, you gotta be doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
man. He had his lawyers helping him.
To the right over there, that corner.
Sunday, ICE said they made about 1,000 arrests across the country, with more than 1,100 more Monday, including the Chicago area.
Everybody we arrested in Chicago yesterday was
Oh shit! It's a Harkonnen.
Tom Homan, the border
Tom
goblin.
Tom Homan, the Harkonnen from Dune.
Yeah, he is. He's a literal goblin. He's a literal orc. Look at him. He's the border orc of the United States
He's
of America.
salivating.
Yeah.
He's salivating just looking at migrant families.
He's salivating at the migrant families being separated at the border, at the families.
It gets him hard.
Yeah. He right now during this interview he has a half chub just talking about it.
Nice.
Let's see what this orc, this Urukai looking ass.
You'll see him rubbing his nipples right now, Joe.
Like in South Park, yeah, he's rubbing his
exactly.
nipples.
Like Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
it was a significant public safety threat.
Whoa,
There were
whoa.
several collateral arrests that happened to be there when we arrested the bad guy.
What you need? I said, who you looking for?
A group
Yeah,
of
the bad guy working in the fields, the bad guy fixing cars.
That's a bad guy. That's a bad guy.
The true terror of America.
You thought Al Qaeda was dangerous? This migrant farm worker that's picking up strawberries. That's a terrorist.
Exactly.
That's what we should be afraid of.
That's the most dangerous. That's more dangerous than anything Al Qaeda, ISIS, Hamas. This is more evil than 9/11. I'm gonna say it right now. I don't care. This is significantly 1,000% more evil, more diabolical than 9/11. 9/11 compared to what migrants are doing. 9/11 was like a pizza party. That was nothing. This is the real terror. Picking fruit, fixing cars. Mowing the grass? What kind of country are we turning into?
That's crazy. Right, Shadow? That's crazy, huh?
Federal agents, some from
That's right.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement, approached this Cicero home armed with an arrest warrant.
Oh, I've been in
looking for a
Cicero.
specific person.
Can you come out here to the front door?
No arrests were made in Cicero.
These are people who make contributions, pay taxes.
Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul said this about the
Kwame?
so-called targeted administrative arrest.
Last name Raul. Yeah, he's getting picked up next. He's next on the list.
Kwame? What kind of fucking name is that? You're on the
He-
list.
He not only does he have a name from an African, origin, he has a last name of a Latin migrant. Come on, that's a double whammy. He's getting double deported. First we're gonna deport him to Latin America and then to Africa. And then back to Latin America.
Who the fuck knows?
We'll send him to Sudan, South Sudan for all I care. I don't care. He's gone.
Nice. Nice.
That the Trump administration claims is targeting violent criminals.
It's a wide net seemingly being casted. Inevitably, you'll have effects of.
Oh, there's Dr. Phil.
And
Oh my god, yeah. No, that's Dr. Phil right there. Oh my god. That's
Dr. Phil in his pockets with Daddy Trump money.
he is with Trump coin. That's crazy. Dr. Phil, is he fucking filming this too? I'm pretty sure he is, right?
He has a show that does it's like Cops.
Oh, that's
ICE.
so
That's what he does now.
that's disgusting.
Well, he's from Texas.
Yeah. How demeaning. How does this not count as strange and unusual punishment?
Well, come on, Joe. He already exploited as many mentally ill children as he can to get somebody else.
You're right.
He's got to keep that bag flowing.
Yeah, I mean, true. I mean, look at him. He's too skinny here. Look at him. He's starving himself. He has no crazy, autistic, mentally ill-ridden children to make fun of anymore. Look at him. He's disheveled.
He's desperate for content.
Yeah, he is. Look at that. He's so desperate for content. He's hungry. Look at him. He's so skinny here.
He's starving.
He's a starving artist. He's a starving TikTok creator. When the ban was implemented,
he couldn't bag on that bad baby shit anymore. He juiced it all out. I was like, I need more.
He doesn't have that. He doesn't have the Oprah money anymore. That Oprah network money anymore.
And upsetting a community.
Back in Waukegan, Marquina says with her dad in custody, it's unclear when she'll see him again.
We just pray to God he doesn't get deported.
Girl, come on.
Well,
I think isn't that wait, hold on. Isn't ICE? Wait, no, ICE doesn't do deportations. They just give out ice cream. That's all they do. He's just gonna get an ice cream and they're gonna send him back home on his merry way. Come on, lady. Let's be real.
Give him a bag of ice.
ICE literally has immigration in the fucking name, lady. Come on, he's 100% getting deported, lady. I mean, not to be fucked up, but come on, that is kind of what they do.
So you just called her retarded.
I kind of did. I'm sorry.
Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson has been called to testify before Congress in an investigation into sanctuary cities. We are live in the control room tonight. Charlie DeMar, CBS News, Chicago. Joe and Erica.
Okay, that I did not know.
Mr. Kennedy, thanks.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
Look at that. He's the same shade. He's the same shade as a refried bean or like as a hot dog. He's literally this color. he's literally that color, bro. He is literally he's literally like a refried bean or like a friggin' hold on, let me pull up a picture of Jamie, put up a hot dog.
Jamie.
He's literally he's
that one right there. The one right next to the chili dog.
Oh yeah, that's literally him. This is literally RFK.
That is gross. Look at it. He's a 7-Eleven hot dog.
Yeah, he's a 7-Eleven hot dog who's been rotating nonstop for the last 5 years.
It's the last one in the row.
Yeah.
Of the hot dogs. Hasn't been touched for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
With us, I very much like the slogan that you coined, "Make America Healthy Again." And I strongly agree with that effort. Despite spending, as you indicated, 2 or 3 times as much per capita on healthcare as other nations, we have 85 million people who are uninsured, underinsured. We have all kinds of chronic illnesses. Our life expectancy is lower than other countries. And for working class people in this country, they are living 6-7 years shorter lives than the top 1%. We got a problem.
Go America. We're the best and the worst things ever.
That's right.
We're number one. We're number one.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, man.
And I'm going to suggest some ideas that I think can remedy that. Last year, the insurance industry in this country made over $70 billion.
Vergas.
While at the same time, 85 million Americans are uninsured or underinsured. Do you agree with me that the United States should join every other major country on earth and guarantee health care to all people as a human right? Yes? No?
Honestly, that's probably what's gonna happen right now. Let's be real. He's probably gonna do that. He always does.
Human right. Yes? No?
Nice.
Senator, I can't give you a yes or no answer to that question.
Wow.
Is healthcare a human right?
In the way that free speech is a human right, I would say it's different because if with free speech doesn't cost anybody anything, but in healthcare, if you...
What do you mean? Free speech literally brought us to this point, bro. Free speech brought us to American Nazism.
Nice.
What do you mean it doesn't have a cost, bro? It might not have a monetary cost to your capitalist consumer brain. It has social costs, you know? Oh my god. And then he's about to say, he's gonna say, yeah, free speech doesn't have a cost, but healthcare, you know, it's too expensive. It's too this. Like, brother. We pay more for health insurance than most countries pay into the National Health Service as a collective. Like, we pay more to health insurance companies, like, combined, than most countries spend on healthcare, on free universal healthcare for their citizens. Like, if we just got rid of all the healthcare insurers and diverted all that money to universal healthcare, we would have absolutely number one, the best healthcare on the entire planet. Like, period. It's just crazy.
No, it's not. Just kidding. Joe, if you get free healthcare, you know what you're gonna get? You're gonna get ads. That's why you pay for Spotify and Netflix, so you don't get ads.
The doctor's gonna swing his iPad over and be like, oh, you know, just answer a couple questions. That it's gonna be, oh, tip. Would you like to tip your healthcare provider today, your doctor today? That's socialism is when doctors expect tips. Come on, let's be real. Let's be real.
After he put his tip in your prostate, he expects the tip back. So.
Yeah.
Smoke cigarettes for 20 years and you get cancer.
Yeah, you sound like it, brother.
You are now taking from the pool.
You chew them like Starburst, buddy.
So
Yeah.
are you guaranteed this?
He just grabs a pack of Newports and just straight chews it out with the cardboard and everything. He just the whole pack. He just yeah.
Same right.
Okay, look, I'm sorry. I'd love to talk for an hour with you. We got a few minutes left here. All right. Every other country on earth says healthcare, whether you're poor or rich, young or old, is a human right. I'm not hearing you say that. All right, you've talked about the drug companies, and maybe we agree on this one. As you all know, despite the drug companies making over $100 billion in profits, paying CEOs outrageous compensation packages, we in some cases pay 10 times more for the same drug. Will you support legislation that I will introduce which says that in America we should not be paying a nickel more for prescription drugs than people around the rest of the world? Yes, no?
To equalize it?
Not to equalize it, that we should not be paying more than other countries for the same damn drug.
President Trump has asked me, in fact, I had a meeting with President Trump a week ago where we showed him the charts.
He knows the charts.
We're paying 10 times more from Europe.
That's right. And are you going to commit to us that you will end that absurdity?
I think in principle we can. We should end that disparity.
Good. Okay. That's great. All right. I happen to believe that climate change is real, it's an existential threat, and it is a healthcare issue. Donald Trump thinks that it is a hoax originating in China. Question is, in your judgment, is climate change a hoax or is it real, causing devastating problems?
President Trump and I, from the beginning, from our first meeting, agreed to disagree on that issue. I believe climate change is existential. My job is to make Americans healthy again.
You're almost there.
Wait, what?
You're almost there, buddy. You can do it.
I know. Come on, RFK. I know you're running on 2D batteries, but come on, bro.
Energizer Bunny.
Yeah.
He's not getting here quick enough. So
someone to wind up someone to wind up RFK. I think he needs a little wind up in his back. He's got a little wind key. You gotta rewind him up. Please.
Nice.
You disagree with Trump. You don't think climate change is a hoax, is what I'm hearing.
My job here is to
I'm just asking you that, Mr. Kenny, not a trick question.
I answered your question, Senator Sanders.
Okay, you disagree with the president on that.
I answered your question.
Bruh.
Okay.
Nice.
He can't even say it.
Well, he physically can't say it.
Yeah,
he can't fucking speak.
Yeah, true.
He can't talk for dick.
No, he cannot. And this man is in charge of our healthcare system. Awesome.
Sucking dick is okay.
You know he guzzled some of Daddy Trump's cummies.
That's probably why he's more gargly than before.
Yeah, honestly, I think he topped off Trump before coming to this.
In the Oval Office.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick up on a point that Senator Hassan made. Look, there is no question that abortion is a divisive issue in this country. I would say a majority of the people are pro-choice. There's a strong minority who are pro-life. A year and a half ago, you went to New Hampshire, running for president, gave a speech, and you talked about government should not tell a woman what she can do with her own body. That's her choice. Now, I think everybody on that.
No, I'm gonna say the awesome Nicholas J. Fuentes quote. Your body, my choice forever. That disgusting neo-Nazi piece of shit.
The Hispanic neo-Nazi.
I know, the Hispanic neo-Nazi from Florida. I think he's like Cuban American or some shit, right? Or I don't know.
No, he's Mexican.
No way. Oh, he's just making us look bad, bro. Oh my god.
I think he's Mexican or some shit like that.
I really hope not.
Nikki Fountain.
Nikki Fountain. Nicholas J. Fountain. That scumbag.
Nikki J. Fountain.
Yeah, someone check up on Nick. Someone go to his house and check up on Nick.
Right,
you know, I'm just saying to check up on him. You know, you don't have to do anything. I'm not advocating for anything except checking on him. You know.
that side is pro-life. I think everybody here is pro-choice. I have never seen any major politician flip on that issue quite as quickly as you did when Trump asked you to become HHS secretary. Tell me why you think people should have confidence in your consistency and in your word when you really made a major U-turn on an issue of that importance in such a short time.
Senator, I believe, and I've always believed, that every abortion is a tragedy.
But you told the people in New Hampshire that it was their right. All right, let me do a last question here because I'm running out of time. I think the gist of what you were trying to say today is you're really pro-vaccine, you want to ask questions. You have started a group called the Children's Health Defense. You're the originator. Right now, as I understand it, on their website, they are selling what's called onesies. These are little things, clothing for babies. One of them is titled Unfaxed.
Bernie, please, I beg of you, do not cook this man any longer. He's already fried. He's overcooked at this point, Bernie. You're gonna make him into a pile of ashes.
Nice.
He's gonna cook him so hard right here, I bet.
Unafraid. Next one, and they're sold for $26 a piece, by the way.
Whoa, $26, that's crazy. For a onesie? $26 is kind of, yeah, a plain white onesie.
With fucking Comic Sans.
Yeah.
Typing on it. Nice.
That's crazy. $26, man. This man, capitalist through and through. Is insane.
Maybe we should do that. That's pretty. If they're making that much money, I might as well do the same thing.
I'm gonna do the. I'm gonna do the same thing that Trump did. I'm gonna do a meme coin rug pull. Just like Trump, just like Melania, just like that pastor who gave the speech at the inauguration. They all did scam meme coin rug pulls. Very awesome, very patriotic, very cool of Trump, very American, scamming the voters. I love it.
Nice. Sick, man.
Next one is no vax, no problem. Now you're coming before this committee and you say you're pro-vaccine. Just want to ask some questions. And yet your organization is making money selling a child's product to parents for $26, which casts fundamental doubt on the usefulness of vaccines. Can you tell us now that you will, now that you are pro-vaccine, that you're going to have your organization take these products off the market?
Senator, I have no power over that organization. I'm not part of it. I resigned from the board.
Yeah, that was just a few months ago. You founded that. You certainly have power. You can make that call. Are you supportive of this?
I've had nothing to do with leadership.
Are you supportive of these onesies?
I'm supportive of vaccines.
Are you supportive
No, he's
of
not.
this clothing?
No, he is not, bro. He's repeatedly said over and over that he is not.
Vaccines. I love vaccines. If it wasn't for vaccines, I wouldn't sound like this anymore. It's really heart-wrenching when I could have been saved by a vaccine, but it was too hard. I'm scared of pointy syringes. Because my mommy made me scared. Or actually, no, she didn't make me scared. She didn't help.
Oh my god, RFK, come on, brother. There's YouTube videos of it. There's 4K evidence of you saying, I don't like vaccines. They cause autism. They cause a lot of problems. Like, bro, like, you are not convincing anyone. You're maybe convincing the stupid Trump supporters because, they have, like, one brain cell between all 5 billion of them. like, bro, come on, man. You are 100% against vaccines. There's evidence. The receipts are there.
Which is militantly anti-vaccine.
I am supportive of vaccines. I will. I want good science, and I want to protect.
But you will not tell the organization you founded not to continue selling that product. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
And I do want to get to a developing story.
Cooked. Our next video we got on the docket.
Is this a good American citizen?
The most patriotic American. Man pardoned by Trump killed by deputy. This is from Live Now from Fox. Look, we don't just watch leftist propaganda, okay? We watch the right propaganda also. Right wing propaganda. Fox News. Man pardoned by Trump fatally shot in Indiana. You know, he probably got what he deserved, you know, cuz we're on the side of law enforcement.
Nice.
And you know, pigs do what pigs do.
Story coming in out of Indiana. That is where a man was fatally shot by a deputy during a traffic stop just days after he was pardoned by President Donald Trump for a misdemeanor related to the incident that took place there at the Capitol.
That's crazy. This counts as a misdemeanor. That's crazy. That's crazy. Trying to overtake the government is a misdemeanor.
I would got a misdemeanor. It's like a fucking.
That's a slap on the wrist. That's like a couple months in jail. Yeah. Fuck, man.
Should have gone.
Yeah.
I missed my opportunity. Man.
I know. Oh my god. My 15 minutes of fame just. Damn.
Back on January 6th of 2021. Matthew Huddle, 42 years old, of Hobart, was killed Sunday by a Jasper County Sheriff's deputy. That is according to authorities in the area. State police, we're told, are investigating. That is his photo right there from his arrest following the situation at the Capitol. Now, the state police did say the deputy tried to arrest Huddle when, quote, an altercation took place between the suspect and the officer, which resulted in the officer firing his weapon and fatally wounding the suspect. State police said, quote, the investigation also shows that during the traffic stop, the suspect was in possession of a firearm.
Of course.
At this point, no other details have been released, and
that doesn't surprise
did
me.
not say what might have
that
prompted
firearm was the
that traffic
Constitution.
I know. What's crazy is that he had just been released from prison, and this motherfucker got a gun already.
Nice.
Mere. Who knows how long it's been? I'm pretty sure. I mean, Trump barely pardoned them like a couple of days ago. It's literally probably been like 2-3 days, and this motherfucker already got a gun.
That's pretty cool.
And he was about to be rearrested. I'm pretty sure.
Resurrected?
Rearrested. My bad.
No, you said it right.
Oh, did I? Oh shit, my bad. Yeah, yeah, this guy was a piece of shit. I'm pretty sure. I mean, come on, he was at the riots. He was here. Look at this. Look at all this. Show guy, beating up federal officers, trying to find Nancy Pelosi and kill her.
Altogether.
Very chill.
Sheriff Patrick Williamson saying, quote, our condolences go out to the family of the deceased, as any loss of life is traumatic to those that were close to Mr. Huddle. Nick Barnes, an attorney who was representing Huddle,
I don't think so. I don't think they missed him.
In Lake County, said he didn't know the circumstances of the shooting, saying, quote, I plan to find out a lot more about it. In 2023, Huddle was sentenced to 6 months in custody after pleading guilty to entering a restricted building, the U.S. Capitol.
6 months?
Nice.
That's all he got?
That's a lot of time.
That's insane. 6 months? That's insane.
That's a long time, Joe. Too long.
It's too long being away from his sister, who's also his wife. You know, that's too far.
Huh? I'm gonna go piss. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead. Man, 6 months after pleading guilty. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right, well, we're gonna wait for Mr. Yappy Cappy. We're gonna wait for him here. Man, 6 months. That's like nothing. That's like a slap on the wrist compared to like some of these other insurrectionists have gone. 6 months. That is insane. For entering the Capitol building, trying to find Nancy Pelosi and kill her. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not a big fan of Nancy Pelosi either. I think she's one of the worst, people in Congress. She's one of the worst Democrats, also, in my opinion. She's had her moments. I will give her that. She's had her moments. Like, you know, she told Joe Biden, "Hey, bro, it's time to log off from the computer, okay? Okay, Sleepy Joe, it's time to log off from the computer. We're putting in Kamala Harris, Mrs. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree, lady? You know that one? Yeah. That was a good decision, swapping out Joe Biden with Mrs. Coconut Tree Lady, but obviously it didn't work out for the Democrats because, you know, they were in a weird spot. They should have switched out Joe Biden much earlier. I mean, even Joe said he was going to be a one-term president, and he lied. He, like, tried to back out of being a one-term president. He wanted to go, one more turn. Come on, Jack. But nope. Nancy Pelosi dropped that down, and that's why this happened. Okay, that's not really why this happened. I was just trying to talk about until you came back.
She put him down, put on Sprouts Kids,
Yep.
PBS, and started watching what's that fucking show called?
Which one?
Booba. It's like there was like inflated aliens, and they just go like Booba. But just go like that. That's what they put on for Joe Biden.
Honestly, they probably do. They probably put that, Coco Melon, and probably Ryan's World. Or Ryan's Toy Review, I mean.
And he has to get that toy as well. He has a toy set.
Yeah, he needs the toy.
I said, oh, is that Ryan? He's got that new toy? Oh, I love that toy.
Come on, Jack, go get it for me at Target.
Yeah.
He had traveled with his uncle to Washington, D.C. to attend the January 6th pro-Trump rally. Huddle was inside the Capitol for about 16 minutes and recorded it on video, according to authorities. In a court filing,
of course he recorded it on video.
Said,
on his YouTube channel,
he is not a true believer in any political cause. He instead went to the rally because he thought it would be a historic moment, and he had nothing better to do after getting out of jail for a driving offense.
Wait, getting out of jail for what?
Driving offense.
Oh, driving offense. Okay.
Provided by the Department of Justice following his arrest. His mugshot there on the left.
Okay, so let me get this straight. He went with his uncle to the January 6th riots because he had nothing better to do because he had just got out of jail for a traffic violation or traffic crime. So he he's like, you know what? I have nothing better to do. I'm gonna go with you to the Capitol because I got nothing better to do. I just got out of jail, and this could be a historic moment. Yeah, historic because
well, I mean, he wasn't. Well, it is a historic moment.
Yeah, because he went to jail again.
Well, there you go.
Instead of being home with his family, wife and kids if he has them. He probably doesn't. He's probably divorced. He is kind of divorce coded.
Nice.
Oh my god. And then now he's dead. So that's what you get for following the right wing. You end up dead.
Left-hand side, but also on the right. You saw one of the photos showing him, according to authorities there, at the actual incident there at the Capitol. Again, January 6th of 2021. An Indiana man there fatally shot by a deputy during a traffic stop days after being pardoned by President Donald Trump. If there are any updates, any more information provided by state police or the sheriff's office in Indiana, we'll make sure to bring that to you right here on Live Now from Fox. The time now 8:50 on the East Coast and 5:50 on the West Coast. We are going to head to our final 2-minute commercial break of the hour. So much more live coverage in just a few. You're watching Live Now from Fox. We'll be right back.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Rachel Maddow,
the MSNBC sweetheart, interviews Minnesota Governor Tim Walz.
Nice.
Mr. Walz, you should have done better, bro.
You should have run for president.
You should have put Kamala in her place as a woman. I'm just kidding. No, don't do that.
Speaking out of turn. She's speaking out of turn.
Excuse me, the man is speaking. That's what Tim should have said. They would have won. No, I'm just kidding.
Just with that. He didn't have to say anything else. Just with that.
Yeah. All right, let's see what Tim
Shut up,
Waltz.
bitch.
Let's see what Tim Waltz has to say about Trump's plot to end the U.S. government.
Trump's gay.
Donald Trump's reckless action cut off funding to law enforcement, farmers, schools, childcare, veterans, and healthcare. While he was out golfing, he threw the country into crisis. This is not bold. It's not leadership. It's stupid, buffoonish, childish of exactly what they did. Most folks were up all night last night as we dealt with this being thrown on there with no guidance. I know you have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions because not one damn person thought this through. I'm hearing within the last few minutes, oh, no, the Medicare thing was just a fluke. It's unrelated to this. That is there is absolutely no way they didn't know exactly what they were doing.
Don't cuss, buddy.
Minnesota Governor and Democratic Vice Presidential nominee Tim Walz speaking this.
I think that's like the first time I ever heard him cuss, too.
He's an evil man. That's
Yeah,
an
he
evil
is.
man right there.
Demon of a man. Just like this lady. Look at her. What is she? Is she a man? Is she a woman? What is this? What am I looking at? No, I'm just kidding. No.
She's French. That's what it is.
Yeah,
She's
probably.
French.
Yeah, she's French. The worst gender.
That's right.
Rachel Maddow. Why do you have to be the way you are?
This afternoon in Minnesota in response to the Trump White House's sudden, inexplicable freeze on all federal funding. Governor Walz and state officials were sent scrambling overnight to try to deal with the expected impact of roughly $2 billion in federal funding for ongoing programs being yanked instantly and with no warning. Today, after a huge pushback across the country, the Trump administration tried to take some of it back and say they hadn't meant it. Then the freeze overall was put on hold by a federal judge. Joining us now exclusively for his first interview since the presidential election is Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. Governor Walz, it's really nice to see you. Thank you for making time to be here.
Tim Balls?
Yeah, it's good to be back with you, Rachel. And great first segment, terrifying but accurate. You know what they're
She's
after.
terrifying.
And it's not that we should be surprised.
I mean, look at
they
her.
laid it out in Project 2025. So
She is terrifying.
Well, actually, let me ask you about that on this.
If I saw Rachel Maddow at the edge of my bed at midnight, I'd cry. I'd cry. I was like, damn, my sleep paralysis demon, literally the worst person ever. See, her day job is being MSNBC, correspondent or whatever she is here, or
Yeah.
anchor, and her night job is my sleep paralysis demon. I mean, come on.
Terrifying show.
Come on, Rachel Maddow. Does MSNBC not pay you enough?
No, she does it for fun.
Probably.
As a hobby.
Yeah, her job for MSNBC is just a hobby. She does it for free, and the job as my sleep paralysis demon. That's her true passion.
That's what pays.
Yeah, that's what pays the bills.
That's what keeps the lights on in the house.
Yeah.
At this point, a lot of people have been today and the last few days crediting your campaign and crediting all the reporting during the campaign that identified Project 2025 as essentially what looked like a blueprint for the incoming Trump administration to dismantle the American government. They denied it. They said they had nothing to do with it, said they'd never heard of it. Does it seem to you like that's actually what they're doing?
Oh, it is. It doesn't seem it is. We took it seriously, and I can tell your viewers tonight, governors and attorney generals took this seriously, and there was a lot of planning. There's a lot of good folks, smart folks, organizations. You talked about some of them that were out there preparing for this. But there's only so much planning you can do because of the impact it makes. And just today, I was at a Head Start program. What we have to do is we have to personalize this down to this matters to each person, because Republicans always want to talk about cutting government. That's in theoretically. They never want to be specific because we know that these programs are incredibly popular. But I can tell folks we were preparing for it. They wrote it out. If you go back and look at that now, you'll see this go step by step. And I would say, Rachel, that it was cruel. They planned it. Yes, it was somewhat buffoonish, but I'm not quite certain that we're reading that right. I think this is a case of that this is a trial balloon to see how much tolerance we had and what we pull back. I make this analogy. It's like you caught someone and they stole everything out of your house. You caught them and you told them to put it back. And when you start looking, some of it's still gone. What they're going to see is, oh, they didn't raise a stink about meteorologists or folks who are monitoring PFAS in our water, so let's just go on with that. Or people that we don't think have a voice that we want to marginalize and demonize. So they were going to get this, and and I heard Chris on his program talking with Jamie Raskin, who is the smartest person you'll find in Congress. They're never going to bring this the legal way because no Republican will vote for this. And the deafening silence of Republican governors, these are my colleagues, some of them are my friends, but shame on you. You know what this is doing. And look, I come from a wealthy state that has the lowest childhood poverty rates, and we have a strong safety net. I guarantee you these Republican states would pay the price far more than us, and they're just silent on it. So we're going to need some courage. This is a long fight. This is ideologically everything you laid out. They want to destroy the federal government, this buyout of employees, because now they threaten them. It's here. The game is here. We knew it was coming. I don't know what people thought, that we were just speaking, that this wasn't going to happen. Donald Trump said,
Ching Chang or something like that.
I know, right? They're speaking that Chinese communist social credit language. What?
They're speaking that.
What's
the name of the song?
Wait, what'd you say?
What's the name of the song? The Sun in the Red Sky, something like that.
Oh.
Something like that. The John Cena one.
Yeah. Hold on.
What happened? What's going on? What's happening?
Okay, sorry. I'm back. All right.
Okay.
No, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Shoot, I forgot how it goes, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that one, right?
Yes.
Hold on. Let me put it on here. The people need to hear the beautiful music of Mao Zedong.
Red Sun in the Sky. That's what it's called.
Red Sun in the Sky.
Yeah, that's right. That one. That one right there.
We're putting full screen.
That's right.
Save us, G. Save America. Dong
Nice.
I need to learn Chinese, brother. The Chinese century of the glorious Chinese century is coming. The century of abundance, the century of grace, the century of Chinese greatness. The red sky will envelop the entire world.
Well, there we go.
And the great man Mao Zedong through Xi Jinping as the conduit.
The son of my cock is Mao Zedong.
Exactly.
Heard of him, and now you got this guy Vote that's at the heart of it. So look, it's on. I'm glad you said that. Governors are out there. The resistance is strong. You felt it. Americans, lo and behold, like democracy and feeding their children. So they're going to fight for these things. But here's what there's a court order. Who believes Donald Trump's going to care what the courts say? Who believes he's not going to do this? We're still finding glitches in our things. We're trying to access these systems again. They're not functioning correctly. And the ludicrousness, the insult to the American public to tell us that for the first time, it was just a coincidence that the Medicaid reimbursement site glitched at the same time they froze all these programs.
Yeah, buddy.
We have to put an end to that. We have to just say, no, it's not enough. And I got to tell you, I'm sending it out to those Republican governors. We side by side. Governors we have to deliver. We have to make sure that the water runs, that things are happening, and they're getting hammered just as much as we are.
What do you think?
Yeah, like that federal funding freeze affects like a majority of Americans, like myself. I have Medicare, and that shit affects me because then I can't get healthcare.
Just don't get sick, Joe. Just eat an apple.
An apple a day. An apple a day. That's what I gotta do from now on for the rest of my life. An apple a day. Oh my god. We're so fucked, bro. Man. Imagine
Americans
you
listening
got
to
it,
you
got
right
it stuck
now,
in your
thinking
head.
about what might have
It
been
is a good
had you
song.
been
It
the
is
vice
really
president
catchy.
instead of J.D. Vance. What might have been had Kamala Harris been the president right now instead of Donald Trump. People hearing you talking about the pushback and the fight and that mattering. What does that mean in practical terms? The average person watching you right now who agrees that this needs a big pushback, what should they do?
Yeah, and you know that overused term, the
Take a big ass, do a double decker at the White House. That's what we need.
He's like, just sleep on it. It'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah. We'll just kick the can down the road slightly, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, they did that for the issue of slavery, and look what happened.
It's gone.
Everything turned out okay. I mean, yeah, we had a little spat in between, a little argument in between, but we got it.
Yeah.
We figured it out.
the frog in the boiling water. We've been in the damn pot way too long. I think it is speaking up. It's thinking about your neighbors. It's writing and putting those members of Congress. Look, there is no spine amongst those folks, but this is real. This is, they're talking about defunding the police, things that they, puff their chests up and say they're good with, making the case. And I would let, to the voters, I'm with this too. Everybody's fatigued. Trust me, I get it. It was pure hell, and the disappointment and the frustration. And I'm, soul searching. What could we have done to make the case? Because we knew this was coming. We knew that the implications, and they're throwing so much at us that we're fatigued. We spent 3 days, having them trying to debate that President Musk gave a Nazi salute. Of course he did. But that is a distraction from what I think you said it. This is.
Wait, hold on. Elon Musk, is that right?
No, he was giving a high five to everyone.
Yeah, I thought that was a high five. Oh, hold on. I thought that was a high five.
Looks like a lizard.
Come on, you're telling me
right now, Elon Musk, Trump's behavior in public appears to be a Nazi.
You're telling me that is a not. You're telling me that's a Nazi salute? What?
What appeared to be a
this? That's a what? Hold on.
Musk making what appeared to be a Nazi.
I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know about that. Hold on. Let me see.
It's just a mentally disturbed child. Adult man child.
That can't be right, is
No.
it? What? Nah, I don't know.
No.
I mean, you're kind of reaching, TBH. I mean, hold on. Let me. Oh,
Once neurodivergent.
Come on, this? You're telling me this is the same as this? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Hold on. Rewind that, Jamie. Rewind
Musk
that.
making what appeared to be a Nazi.
I don't know.
Dog.
Is
making what appeared to be a Nazi.
I don't know. I mean, very similar. I need to see that one more time. Hold
Musk
on.
making what appeared to be a Nazi.
Okay. Did Hitler do that? I mean, I don't know. I think he kind of did. I mean, there's just so many pictures of Hitler doing it, and there's only one video of Musk doing it. So, I mean,
making what appeared to be a Nazi.
I mean, did he say Heil Trump? I don't think so, Libbers. Come on.
Libbers.
Come on. My reaction when Libbers say Elon Musk is fascist. This is my... Okay, maybe he is. I think he is.
Game on stuff right here.
He definitely
and
is.
I'm worried with these federal employees because look, they're in a tough spot. That some of these folks, especially those that are doing good work around environmental concerns, around justice for people, around criminal justice reform, all of the things that make our society better, those folks are in there, and they're making They put out tweets from the president's fail son who threatens people, like, we're coming for you. You think this is bad or whatever. So I would tell people, stay focused. Don't take the bait on the distractions. Surround yourself with people who understand this and recognize the things they went after today are basically a big chunk of what society does. And people like to have clean water and hospitals and safety and roads and airports, all the things they're going after. And you summed it up. There's societies that function like this, where the rich and the oligarchs do everything, and there's some fab.
Yeah, it's called Russia. It's called Communist China. Come on. They do this all the time in Communist China. All the time. Trust me, bro.
That's right.
My source, trust me, bro. They do this in Communist China literally every day.
My source, the Chinese guy that works at the Chinese restaurant around the corner. That's my source.
Yeah, my source is a Taiwanese immigrant who lives down the street. You know.
I don't know what she says because she speaks Chinese, but I'm pretty sure that's what she's saying.
Yeah, 100%.
Fabulously wealthy people who are are above the law, and the rest of us are here. And I think we have to find that voice. We have to push back. We have to be organized. We do have to use the courts, but I just want to caution everyone. I don't know what tends us to believe that Donald Trump cares what the courts say. I think there needs to be more to that, and I think it is taking it to the individual people.
You see, the thing is, Tim, Donald Trump is the courts. He's the court. He's the Senate. He is democracy.
That's right.
He is democracy. You go in a dictionary, you look up democracy, you go to page D, and you look for democracy. It's a picture of Donald J. Trump.
Go put a Palpatine saying that he's the Senate. That's him.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
Donald Trump.
exactly. That is 100% Donald Trump right here.
I am the Senate.
In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic.
This is Trump right here.
Are you threatening me, Master Jedi?
The Senate.
Are you threatening me, Bernie Sanders? Are you threatening me, Democratic Party?
Tim Waltz, are you threatening me?
I am the Senate.
That's Trump. That's our glorious leader, Trump. God send from heaven. Trump. I am the Senate. I am the courts.
I am the Senate.
Not
cinema. That's Trump right there. When life imitates art, that's how you know it's meant to be.
What each of these programs does and what it means to people's lives.
Yeah, no matter what people motivated anybody's vote, if you didn't think you were voting to cut firefighting, if you didn't think you were voting to cut meat inspections, if you didn't think you were voting to cut air traffic control, well, it's all becoming very, very clear right now. Sir, please come back anytime. It's nice to see you, and it's an honor to have you here with us tonight. Thank you.
Just about to say,
Thanks,
I'm
Rachel.
lonely, please. Please don't.
Please don't leave. It's only me in the studio. The camera's being worked by AI. I'm the only one here. Please stay. The voices are coming back. Please stay, Tim.
You're me what I.
All right, now we're gonna go, Mr. Bill Maher.
Boomer Bill.
Boomer Bill Maher. This is YouTube channel Podcast Cringe, and this is the video, the cringiest podcast ever. So let's see what this is about. Obviously, Bill Barr.
Years ago is better than what I've done the last.
And who's his guest? Who's this say? Featuring Matt Gaetz?
Bro.
Isn't he the pedophile who Trump wants as his secretary of? This was literally 2 days ago. Yeah.
Come on,
Bill Maher openly collaborating with a pedophile. Very cool. Yeah. Pedophile, human trafficker, and groomer. Well, very cool, Bill. Very cool. And I like to see that you associate with someone like this. Wait, what'd you say?
After the Hawk Tour girl, after he had that fucking podcast, he wanted like, you know what? I can out creep myself.
Yeah.
Matt
I'm
Gaetz over.
I'm gonna have the most like
immoral, reprehensible human being
ever. Matt Gaetz has literally taken Botox to make himself look younger to better groom and capture children. Come on.
That's why he looks like one of those toy soldiers from the movie Small Soldier.
Yeah, he does.
Like one of them.
He does.
Insulting. I'm not going to be mad at you for the rest of the interview. I just want to tell you, that's just a fucking stupid way to start a conversation.
So you think
you peaked 20 years ago, Bill? Let's be friends.
Oh my god, they had the fucking 818 Kendall Jenner tequila in the back, bruh.
Because he wants her there.
He does want her.
Please.
You're a little older for my taste, but I'll have you as well.
Well, apparently, from what I've heard, Bill Maher is packing.
No way.
That man, that boomer, pale, discolored wallpaper right there is packing.
This man.
That man is that man right there.
That man is packing.
He is packing. He is packing.
Damn.
So.
How many inches we're guessing? Huh? Well, what's your guess? What's your guess? You have to guess. I think he's a soft he's a soft 4.
He's a soft 4.
And he's probably like 7 hard. I'm being generous. I feel like I'm being generous.
All right. I could say that. Yeah. You already keep going.
All right, let's keep going with this.
We're talking about penises now.
you just said it's a better artistic presentation of your work.
Okay, if Bill Maher's a hard 7, Matt Gaetz has to be like hard 2.5 at least, max.
There you go.
Max. That's why he's going for the younger ones, because you know it's easier. Yeah, they're easy to impress. Sad as it is. Sad as it is.
This is actually pretty big.
First of all, you're wrong.
You're one of these not boomer. You're Gen
Yeah,
X,
I'm a
right?
boomer.
You're a boomer.
Gen X. Oh, thank you. That is so kind of you. No, I'm totally.
Just because I said.
Okay, why is it doing like that?
I know.
Kind of weird. I think it's because how it's edited actually. How the guy edited it.
Second show wasn't
so
great.
right. I'm acting like a wife.
You are such a whiny bitch sometimes.
I'm usually not.
I just feel like hitting you right now.
You're right.
I feel like clocking you in the head.
Yeah.
He's just one sentence from saying that.
Yeah, basically.
You remind me of my bitch wife.
When I first saw the thumbnail for the latest episode of Bill Maher's podcast,
insane.
I immediately said to myself, what the actual fuck, and went straight to the comment section.
Fair.
It turns out I wasn't the only one. Matt Gaetz going on any podcast after his resignation, let alone Club Random, wasn't on my bingo card for 2025.
Yeah.
And as you saw on the intro there,
This
it only took
motherfucker.
Bill a few minutes to get into character as an arrogant, out-of-touch boomer who thinks everyone else is stupid. But after his little dummy
such a
spit, they
cunt.
ended up getting along really well, which honestly...
Gee, I wonder why.
Oh wow, they got along very
Two
well.
creeps getting along.
Who would have thought? What? Huh? Huh?
Crazy.
Two creepers getting along. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk in this day and age
Yeah.
that creepers openly, are chill with each other?
They can relate to each other.
Right? That's crazy. I feel insane. I feel insane for saying this.
Yeah.
Someone check me into a mental institute ASAP, please. I need a mental health check. Someone call the cops. I'm going insane. Wow. Bill Maher and Matt Gaetz. Very cool friendship that I never saw. Wow.
just ended up being fucking weird.
Just looking in your eye, talking to you.
I want to
Kissing you. Yeah.
I want to suck your day.
Looking in your eye, talking to you, kissing you, falling in love with you, marrying
Fondling
you,
your balls in my mouth.
going into hospice care with you, being buried next to you.
Yeah.
How could life be so sweet? Being with my match made in heaven, a man
Yes.
literally the same as me but younger. Wow. Is it crazy? Am I seeing love blossom before my eyes? What?
I guess so.
Huh. Who would have thunk?
Yeah.
Not the media guy I saw. You're a lot brighter than I thought you were.
Did you think I was not bright?
Yeah.
Brother, look at
Gave
you.
That impression.
Like everything you've said and done.
And so the podcast went in so many different directions, but once they got into Gaetz's allegations and his resignation from Congress, a week after being re-elected in a landslide victory, things got really weird. And then it got straight up creepy, not to mention Bill Maher's ad reads for Kim Kardashian's Skims company.
Of course.
It's big news.
What?
It's not making underwear for men.
What is it?
And they're fantastic.
There's something
That he has a
What?
ad for Kim Kardashian's underwear thing, which kind of
For
doesn't
women?
surprise me. No, for men and women, I think.
Oh.
But I mean, it kind of doesn't surprise me. I mean, if he has a Kendall Jenner tequila, I'm pretty sure he also wants to smash Kim K.
Right.
I mean, come on. I mean, most guys do. I mean, I wouldn't, but most guys.
Okay.
I want Caitlyn, now known as Bruce, because the American government now sees her as a man. Thanks to Trump's transgender law. Thank you, Trump.
The traditional woman of Caitlyn Jenner.
No, you can't call her Caitlyn anymore. You gotta call her Bruce. I mean, him, Bruce. Oh my God, look at me.
Oh, Bruce.
Misgendering. I'm so sorry, Bruce. Bruce Jenner. You are no longer Caitlyn. The American government stripped that of you. You are now Bruce again.
You now have a penis.
You now have a penis. Your penis will be reattached in the most painful way. 50,000 staples. 50,000
construction.
Yeah, construction staples. With the fucking the air propelled ones, with the air pressure ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eerily ironic about Bill Maher whining about social media and politics.
Of
and
course,
then in
just
the
like
next
every
breath,
boomer.
Shilling underwear for Kim Kardashian with a straight face. But let me get you up to speed on the Matt Gaetz situation.
Come on, how do you?
That's a mask, dude. That's a mask.
How do you not see this and look? Wow, this is totally not the most evil person alive.
That's a G.I. Joe villain right there.
Yeah, it is. Oh my God! Look at he's a straight up villain. He's like a Disney
villain.
Yeah, he's like a Disney villain. Okay, what is this? Archer Fangs. Did you hear the American Airlines airplane and Black Hawk chopper collided over DC? What? No way. Hold
Nice.
on. No way. Over
Well, they did-
over DC? Was that
Nice.
was that today, Archer? Let's see. DC Black Hawk crash. Oh shit, yeah, this is like live. Hold on. We're gonna take a real quick.
Didn't they say like that's like they got rid of air traffic control?
Oh shit, you know what? That does sound like something possible. Okay, here's the from Sky News
But
Australia.
I want to play the video now because we have kind of zoomed in on this. We're being very careful. Want to play the video? Watch at the bottom lower of the screen, and you will see what appears to be.
Oh, hold on. I'm kind of blocking it.
Oh, you can see it, right? I can see it.
Yeah, hold on. I'm kind of in the way, so let me just move some of this right here.
I think it's that bright light.
Right
that's
here,
there.
right? Like right here.
And then the Black Hawk is the one that's over here. You see the Black Hawk right
The
there?
collision here
Right
as
there.
we
Yeah,
play
that
this
one.
breaking
Yeah.
news. And if I can watch this and have John Scott, if he's watching this as well, bring him in to get some analysis on what we're looking at here. So this, and if I'm right, Tracy, this is the video. Is that correct? So the video is coming in. Do we know how far into the video we'll see the crash? Do you know where on the screen that we are looking at? Okay, so Yeah, so here
There
it
it is.
is. You can see on the right hand, you can see the plane coming in, and then you can
Holy
see
shit.
what appears to be a crash right there below that plane, which was potentially taking off. And then right below,
Wow.
right above what appears to be a bridge, you see the crash of the plane, which at that vantage point appears to be pretty low to the water when it actually happens. So if there's anything to look for
That's
good
crazy.
news-wise in this, the
Dude.
lower that plane was to the water, the better the survivable
Come
opportunity
on,
is for the
dude.
passengers on board. With that, John Scott, I'm not
This
sure if you
literally
saw that,
happened
but it
after
looks
fucking
like you had the
Trump got rid of the air traffic control thing.
Yeah.
Come on.
Wow. Who would have seen that coming?
Who would have
Who would have
thought?
thunk?
Air traffic control.
Yeah, we don't need that. Come on, that's just a
Sky's
waste.
open.
That's just a waste of government money. Come on, the sky is literally boundless. Come on, guys. Like,
Nice. Well,
are there no windows in the airplane, in the helicopter? Can they not see? Come on.
can they not see the sky?
Yeah, come on. The sky is so big. It was at night
sky is
too.
infinite.
Yeah.
The sky's the limit.
Yeah, the night, it is pretty dark out, but still, like, wow. If only we had some kind of like traffic system for the sky.
Control the air.
Yeah, if only. What the heck? Okay, Archer says I believe the plane didn't have any lights. Yeah.
Nice.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I mean that's a big part of it also, but I mean, if there's no air traffic control, they're not gonna fucking know that they're there or nearby or close enough to, like, not cause a crash. Wow, that sucks though, because I mean, those are ultimately, we are talking about people's lives here. Because hopefully, I mean, I don't know. They didn't say anything about any injuries or fatalities yet, but I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully everyone's okay. I am a little doubtful because I mean that looked like a pretty big explosion on the camera right there. But yeah, I don't know. Here, I'm gonna put the video on. I'll be right back. My sister brought boba. Okay, hold on. Let me just say what Archer says. Archer says, my first assumption was if it was an intentional attack or something. Nah, I don't think it was an intentional attack. I mean, if it was an intentional attack, I don't think they would crash necessarily. I think if it was an intentional attack, I think they would probably... I mean, depending what kind of... I mean, if it's a Black Hawk, so it has weapons, obviously. But if it's like an airplane hijacking, then... yeah, that's something else. But... man, that really sucks. Here, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab my boba real quick.
Plane,
right.
the CRJ-700 twin coming down, and it appears that the helicopter might have been going up. Now, again, that's not clear because the video is not very clear, but that looks like kind of the scenario that we're looking at. What do you think?
Yeah, that is what it looks like to me, Trace. It looks like the helicopter was ascending. It normally, it would be easy for the pilots of the CRJ not to be able to see the helicopter below them. That's always, there's a saying in aviation that you'll never see the aircraft that hits you because there are always blind spots in every plane. I am a little surprised that the helicopter apparently did not see that jetliner because... yeah. The wing lights, the strobe lights, everything is flashing, and the helicopters.
All right, I'm back.
I've flown in a Black Hawk. Haven't flown one, but I've flown in one, and they have pretty good visibility out the front windows. So I'm flabbergasted. It's very sad.
And this is the video. We're zooming in on this now. We've got as close as we can get to this. The video again, you can see right there.
Bro.
Right there is the explosion, and it's hard. It looks like a plane, John Scott, is taking off, and it looks like when that plane takes off, it appears is that.
I mean, this is just a sign of things to come. Let's be honest. I mean, depending on how long air traffic control is going to be out or disabled, I guess, we're probably going to see a lot more of these happen.
If it's that.
Yeah, if it's that. Let's see. Archer Fangs. says, what an unfortunate for the passengers on board the airplane. Lucky the debris dropped into the river and not on land, preventing more damage or deaths. Yeah. Good thing it didn't like land on a car or on the road or anything, but yeah, it is very unfortunate events unfortunately happening in the DC sky. I'm pretty sure we're probably gonna hear Trump say something. I don't know if he's gonna say anything today. He probably should, but I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see as the story develops.
That the helicopter or whatever hit, the helicopter was going up as the plane was coming down. So is it a fair assessment to say in a Black Hawk helicopter that the ceiling is as blind as the downside of the helicopter, because they would be going up and the plane would be coming down, where the plane could not see the helicopter, but the helicopter could potentially see the plane?
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Well,
that really sucks.
For those of you who don't know what happened, between 2017 and 2020, Gaetz allegedly paid 11 women over $90,000 to...
Damn.
Oh, where'd you get that money, buddy?
Yeah, 90K.
Taxpayer.
Here, let's read this. In sum, the committee found substantial evidence of the following. Point 1. From at least 2017 to 2020, Representative Gaetz regularly paid women for engaging in sexual activity with him. Wow.
Okay. All right.
Hey, at least he's pro-sex work, I guess, right?
That is true.
Point number 2. In 2017, Representative Gaetz engaged in sexual activity with a 17-year-old girl. That's crazy.
Well, that's not cool.
During the period 2017 to 2019, Representative Gaetz used or possessed illegal drugs, including cocaine and ecstasy, on multiple occasions. Bro's
nice.
Fiending, bro. That's crazy. Representative Gaetz accepted gifts, including transportation and lodging, in connection with a 2018 trip to the Bahamas, in excess of permissible amounts.
Nice.
Wow. Very cool. Very American. Bribing. Or accepting bribes. In 2018, Representative Gaetz arranged for his chief of staff to assist a woman with whom he engaged in sexual activity in obtaining a passport, falsely indicating to the U.S. Department of State that she was a constituent.
She's a voter. Just give her a passport.
Yeah, bro. Come on. Trust me, bro.
Nice.
I'm a rep.
Oh, yeah, literally.
Yeah. Representative Gaetz, knowing and willfully sought to impede and obstruct the committee's investigation of his conduct, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Representative Gaetz has acted in a manner that reflects discredibility upon the House. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Well,
I mean, if having sexual activity with a 17-year-old girl wasn't enough, I mean, come on. Look at this laundry list of things this man has done. That's crazy. Based on the above, the committee concluded that there was substantial evidence that Representative Gaetz violated House rules, state and federal laws, and other standards of conduct prohibiting prostitution, statutory rape, illicit drug use, acceptance of impermissible gifts, the provision of special favors and privileges, and obstruction of Congress. Wow, very cool, Matt Gaetz.
Nice.
To have sex with him, as well as a 17-year-old girl, which is illegal in the state of Florida. He is also alleged to have regularly used coke, pills, and weed during these encounters, not to mention the fact that he actively sought to derail the investigation by interfering with witness testimonies. You know, the usual Washington bullshit. But one thing that isn't alleged and has been proven beyond any doubt is that he has a stupid fucking face. If Bert Kreischer could recreate himself, he'd want to look like Matt Gaetz. The guy has resting douche face. And so with all the allegations swirling around, forcing Gaetz's resignation in December, for reasons which I'll explain shortly, Bill Maher couldn't help himself and had to throw in a little dig at Gaetz for spending so much money on hookers, which led to one of the strangest conversations I've ever heard.
I don't know what you've heard about me. I don't know what you heard about me. Remember that one?
But I'm a little sex fan. I'm a little fucking.
don't know if you heard. I'm kind of like you, but much better at my job.
But I know how to hide it.
Yeah, I know how to hide it.
I can teach you.
This is
my ways.
I think what we're seeing is a mentor-student relationship blossoming right
The
now.
Master and the Apprentice
Yeah.
is what we're watching right now.
Bill Maher is Mr. Miyagi, and Matt Gaetz is Daniel-san.
Instead of a Master and the Commander, Lost at Sea, it's how to get away with sex crimes.
Yeah, how to get away with pedophilia at the McDonald's playpen. This is
at the Chuck E. Cheese playpen.
At the Chuck E. Cheese ball pit.
Exactly.
Oh my god. You know what's scarier than Five Nights at Freddy's? Five Nights at Matt Gaetz' house.
5 Nights with Bill Maher.
Yeah, 5 Nights with Bill Maher. Yeah.
That's scary.
Dollar, I mean, well, that doesn't apply to you. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean
Well,
to go.
I mean-
I didn't mean to go there. I just sang the song and thought
Way
of it,
less than Skip Bayless, I would suggest.
What? Oh, boy, I saw that story.
1.5 million.
It's so typical, though,
I'm sure.
isn't it? Guys who are certainly of a certain age, but they can be young, who are just so desperate for any. Usually, they're married. I'm not
Okay,
knocking
te la
marriage,
traigo.
but and it's just been so long since I'd have any sort of affection or anyone touching them.
Here, I'll be back. I
or
gotta
laughing at their
take something
jokes,
downstairs.
that they
Okay.
make such fools of themselves they just want something from someone of the opposite sex that makes them feel alive again.
You're so right. And what is so, I think, undertold in the sugar daddy, sugar baby dynamic that we see
What's
play
going
out
on?
pretty regularly
What the
across
fuck
society
are they
now. It's like, who's
saying?
taking advantage of who? Because what you just described, a lot of these
Oh
guys
my
that fit that
God.
archetype, they get in to some young pussy that they hadn't been in before, and they will do anything. They'll give up their family, their house, their money.
Bro.
It is so like. Oh wait, are you
This
saying
man's
that they're the
saying-
person utilizing leverage and the power dynamic more than someone who quite literally has them by the balls?
Well, when you put it that
Bro.
way, Congressman, I mean, former Congressman.
Don't demote me.
Bill Maher and Matt Gaetz criticizing rich dudes who pay for sex is absolutely fucking wild. And then Gaetz saying, "Don't call me a congressman because that's a demotion." Bro has a weekly talk show on one American news network that nobody watches, and he thinks it's an upgrade from being a congressman. Not to mention the fact that he was super popular, consistently winning by over 30 points at every election, including the one just in November. But one thing I've noticed when listening to guys like Bill Maher on podcasts is that they'll have really strong opinions on various things, but then they'll have this strangely soft
So did
and
anything
almost
crazy happen?
apologetic take on something,
They
like
were,
paying for
they were saying
sex.
some.
And how
Well,
it's
Matt Gaetz was saying some out of pocket shit.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, take it back.
How far? Like
2 minutes.
2 minutes? I think right here's fine.
Guys
Yeah.
who are certainly of a certain age, but they can be young, who are just so desperate for any. Usually, they're married. I'm not knocking marriage, but and it's just been so long since I'd have any sort of affection or anyone touching them or laughing at their jokes that they make such fools of themselves they just want something from someone of the opposite sex that makes them feel alive again.
You're so right. And what is so, I think, undertold in the sugar daddy, sugar baby dynamic that we see play out pretty regularly across society now is like, who's taking advantage of who? Because what you just described, a lot of these guys that fit that archetype, they get
Excuse
in
me, bro?
to some young pussy that they hadn't been in before, and they will do anything. They'll give up their family, their house, their money. It is so like. Oh wait, are you saying that they're the person utilizing leverage and the power dynamic more than someone who quite literally has them by the balls?
Brother.
That's right. Look, he's laughing. He's having fun. Finally, someone I can relate to.
Brother, you chose the woman to be your sugar baby. What are you talking about? You actively sought this person out, bro. What? You don't get to say that they have you by the balls, bro. You chose that life. You chose this. Wow. Matt Gaetz, everyone.
Former congressman.
Yeah, former congressman, and he what did
Current,
isn't he? They want him to be secretary of what was it again? The secretary of
I think they want him as attorney general.
Oh yeah, there you go, attorney general. Yeah, there you go. I was mixing it up with Mark Rubio for some reason.
No, that's Secretary of State.
Yeah,
I mean, former congressman.
Don't demote.
Bill Maher and Matt Gaetz criticizing rich dudes who pay for sex is absolutely fucking wild. And then Gaetz saying, "Don't call me a congressman because that's a demotion." Bro has a weekly talk show on One American News Network that nobody watches, and he thinks it's an upgrade from being a congressman. Not
For
to
real.
mention the fact that he was super popular, consistently winning by over 30 points at every election, including the one just in November. But one thing I've noticed when listening to guys like Bill
kind of crazy how Floridian voters were like, you know what? He's a pedophile, but he's our pedophile. I'm gonna vote for him again, bro.
Yeah,
like Florida. Are you okay, bro? like, like what's in the water? Is it the water? Is it the food?
It's the crocodile sign them to go.
Is it the crocodile? The crocodile soup?
Yeah.
Florida, what's going on? You're actively voting for an open, out and about pedophile. That's crazy. Like what? That's crazy.
Maher on podcasts is that they'll have really strong opinions on various things, but then they'll have this strangely soft and almost apologetic take on something, like paying for sex, and how it's a completely normal thing to do. Bill actually pulled out one of his books to read Gaetz a passage from to show how much he empathizes with Gaetz' situation.
Whoa.
There's OnlyFans,
Who would have thought?
which in 2021 swelled from 12 million to 85 million users. And if you're a little behind and don't know what OnlyFans is, don't worry. It's the side hustle your daughter is using to pay off her college debt.
And I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it right now.
I'm fucking her right now. I have her in my basement.
I have the phone in the book. I'm actively looking at it while I'm reading the book to you.
I have her address in my book.
I have her address, her IP address, her bank info, the pictures, the videos,
her car,
the live stream.
Nice.
Crazy.
Just a platform where you can share recipes or maybe your poetry. Yeah, you can do that on OnlyFans, but no one does. It's women showing their vaginas to.
Okay, brother. Not everyone is doing. Not everyone is doing sex work on fucking OnlyFans. Come on, bro. Financial advice. A majority,
It
yes.
just happens that the money's there. It just happens that the money's there,
Yeah, But there are other things on OnlyFans. Come on, bro. I think you're just actively looking for porn. Bill Maher. I think Bill Maher is just actively looking for it on OnlyFans. He's like, I don't want it. I don't want anything else. I just want the OnlyFans. I just want the actresses.
I want the barely 18 chicks on my phone.
Yeah.
The one that just graduated from high school.
Yeah.
That's what we have, a kind of a masturbation economy. Women have become so cynical about men, and the economy is so bad for them that so much of this economy revolves around horny guys. Here's the crux of it to me.
You're one of them, buddy.
Yeah, like you, Bill. Like you and Matt Gaetz.
And your buddy Matt Gaetz.
Yeah. They are what's keeping the economy going.
That is true.
They're the ones keeping the OnlyFans economy going.
Yeah, that's why inflation hasn't gone downhill. Hasn't gone crazy.
Yeah. It doesn't just apply to
God
sex.
bless Bill Maher.
You can prosecute yourself in business, in politics, anything. It means doing something you hate for money. That's what it means. It didn't sound to me like the women you were with hated it. Just put it that way.
There weren't women, they were children.
I think there's
Yeah, get it right, Bill. Get it right.
For money. and sex. And
These were children who cannot consent. Get it right, Bill.
This was a junior girl in high school.
Yeah. Oh my god.
and money. And if you start to blur that line, we're going to need a lot more prisons in this country.
Right. Bill Maher finding...
Buddy.
Bro, there are not
the
enough...
blur line was the line between 17 and 18. That's the line you decided to blur right there.
Yeah.
Okay? Come on, pal.
The line between child and adult. The very blurry line of being a child and adult. Well, you know, you can't even tell these days. Come on.
It's so blurry now.
It's very blurry. It's like taking an eye exam from 1 inch away from the paper.
It's like, listen, Bill, I got glaucoma. That line keeps getting blurry and blurrier as the year comes. I can't tell anymore.
Ground
Yeah.
Matt Gaetz overpaying women to hang out with him oddly kinda makes sense. If they're not outright soliciting...
Yeah, it's because no one wants to be with you. Like, genuinely. You have to pay people to be around you.
Exactly.
That's how much of a sick monster you are. Nobody wants to be with you just to be with you. They want to be with you for monetary exchangement.
Exactly. $100 just to be
Then
friends
they're
with you.
just massive fucking simps, which also checks out. Gaetz is basically trying to say that he didn't outright pay for sex. He just regularly gave these girls payments because he's a kind and generous dude, and Bill...
Wow.
He's giving back to the community, Joe.
Kind and generous Matt Gaetz gives money to women he had sex with. Wow.
To children he had sex with.
To children. You know, here's $1,000 just for being cool, just for being you. Not because we had sex last night. Just because you're cool. Just for being cool. Just because I like you.
Because you're quirky and weird.
Yeah, because you're quirky and weird. Here's $1,000. Just take it. You know, it's nothing. You know, just come over to my house later, and you know, we'll play Legos and do other stuff.
We'll listen to, I don't know, K-pop, whatever gay shit you listen to.
Yeah, we'll listen to whatever the kids are listening to. We'll listen to Billie Eilish, Charlie XCX, Sabrina Carpenter.
Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah, Olivia Rodrigo.
Music.
Yeah. We'll listen to all that, play Legos, eat crayons, and other kid stuff.
Bill Maher was
Huffing
eating it
glue.
up.
Yeah.
But then they went into this weird philosophical reflection on society.
Doing ecstasy and coke, just things kids do on a regular basis,
The drugs that kids can afford.
Yeah.
And how we're in an epidemic of loneliness,
That's
which is
crazy.
fueling this type of behavior amongst men. Just let me repeat that for you. Bill Maher, a childless, wifeless boomer millionaire, and Matt Gaetz, a man who spent almost $100,000 on hookers over a 3-year period, offered their opinions.
Excuse me? Spent almost $100,000 on hookers over 3 years? That's crazy. Oh my god.
This is money, buddy. Whose money was that?
This is where our taxpayer money is going to. Paying Matt Gaetz to be a representative.
You know what's
$100,000
crazy?
on hookers over 3 years. That's
You know what's crazy? Remember Harry Sadu?
Yeah.
Your Belinda, and we thought him wasting your Belinda money
on a dog show.
Dog show contest. Was insane.
That is a better use of taxpayer money than Matt Gaetz,
bro.
You know what? Give Harry Sadu his job back. He did nothing
That is
wrong.
true.
He did nothing wrong. Compared to Matt Gaetz.
Scandal with the Angel Stadium, but it's just probably,
Yeah, that's nothing compared to Matt Gaetz, bro. $100,000 in taxpayer money to hookers. Awesome. Very
and
cool.
probably a
Yeah.
17-year-old child.
Yeah, and a possible 17-year-old child.
On the problem with men these days. You seriously could not make this up if you tried.
But I want to make a point about what you just read, that passage, because I think there's something that supersedes the horniness economy. And I'm being serious about this. And it's the
Please enlighten us,
loneliness
I
economy.
guess.
Enlighten
I
us,
think that
yes.
we are in a true epidemic of loneliness.
But they go together,
Okay.
horny and lonely.
Yeah, so I have a friend who, she's a female creator on OnlyFans. And
Oh.
we're having lunch. And
Whoa, he's getting excited.
just a friend? I don't think this is just a friend.
Bro, come on. Buddy.
Oh my god, that's crazy. And Bill Maher got so excited.
He started sweating.
So I have a friend who she's a
He was
female
getting those
creator
fingers
on
ready to
OnlyFans,
type on his phone right now.
and we're having
Yeah.
lunch, and I was inquiring as to like what it's like what are these superficial relationships, and she described having multiple AI chatbots running at all times just to like interact with these people over text, and that was as economically productive as some of the on-camera activities.
Damn. Hookers going out of a job over AI. AI came for sex work. That's crazy. I think that's more shocking than Matt Gaetz having sex with a 17-year-old, honestly.
Nice.
Wow, so you're telling me most of these guys on OnlyFans are talking to an AI chatbot? That's crazy.
Well, thank you, Matt Gaetz, for telling us behind the scenes of OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And I was
crazy he
amazed
has
by
all
that,
the
and she
information.
ascribed it to the deep loneliness that these schmucks are feeling, and the fact that it created that connection.
Don't call them schmucks. They're down on their luck enough.
Well,
Don't
I don't
you
know,
feel
man.
some sympathy?
He does call them
I
schmucks. Come
think
on, let's
that
be honest.
we wallow in
You're
our
right.
own,
I agree.
like, expressions
You're
of
right.
sympathy, and so I'm just on the other side of it.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
I'm on the other
Incels,
side.
you've heard that term?
Yeah,
It
it's so
stands
sad.
for involuntarily
for it.
celibate, which is what I used to just call I can't get laid.
Incel, you mean? Incel? They're talking about incels. What the fuck, bro? You know,
It stands for involuntarily celibate, which what I used to just call
That's
I
funny.
can't get laid. But my strategy wasn't
that's
to
what it
like
means.
join a club with other fucking losers who can't get laid. My strategy, like in college when I never got laid, was to masturbate.
To prey on young women. I mean, not young women. They're not women yet. Young children.
Sorry. I
Wow.
almost mixed those up.
Very cool,
I was
Bill
about to
Maher.
make that blurry line that Matt Gaetz was saying.
Yeah.
And plot how I could get laid.
Yeah, but that would have to be before the masturbation, because afterwards the brain
these
cells
people
wouldn't be all
talking
that firing.
I was a
You know what my strategy was?
champion.
Go
master.
hang out with your friends who are out
And
getting
put
laid,
roofie
and
the
then-
drinks. That was the go-to plan.
That way it's just easier. You don't have to spend you don't have to talk
Just
with
talk
them. Woman splaining to me the entire night. Just slip them a little, slip them a little thing in their, the little drinky drink and the little apple juice cup, the little sippy cup. Right to
Capri
sleep.
Sun.
Yeah, the little, just right to sleep. And then, we can get the real work in,
And
Awesome,
you know what
Matt
I'm gonna
Gaetz.
go from the great Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby taught me this really cool pickup strategy, and it works 100% of the time. It's crazy. Wow. These
I thought
women,
about talking to him.
these women physically cannot say no because they're
I mean,
knocked,
it's true.
they're knocked out. They can't say no. And I tell them, like, if you can't answer, I'm just gonna have to take that as a yes. So I'm gonna ask you again. If you don't answer, I'm gonna assume it's yes. Will you have, do it with me? Oh, you're not saying anything? Okay, I guess that's a yes. That's consent, right? That's how I think that's how Matt Gaetz. I think that's how Matt Gaetz does it.
That's how he thinks it works.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's how he's been doing it. Actually,
Yeah, that's how he's been doing it. That's how he doesn't care if that's how it's supposed to be. He just does it.
There's going to be somebody in the group that doesn't end up with one of them, and you could be that second option.
What are we doing here, B? We've gone into full lolcow territory at this point. 2025 is definitely going to be the year that all entertainers, podcasters, and politicians go full lolcow and just start talking shit 24/7 with no filter and
Basically.
no semblance of self-awareness. I mean, listening to Bill Maher explain what an incel is to Matt Gaetz, and then Gaetz' response is that he has no sympathy for losers who can't get laid, is peak podcasting. It's so bad that it's actually fucking hilarious.
That's crazy for Matt Gaetz saying that because he literally can't get laid without paying for it. Wow.
Literally. Which it's fine. It's okay, but you can't shit on people.
Yeah, you can't. You can't shit on people who can't get laid the proper way without having to pay for it. You know, it's okay if you do. You know, it's okay if you pay for it. You know, we're not saying that it's bad. You know, it is a job at the end of the day. These women are doing a job.
They're hustling, dog.
Yeah, they're hustling and bustling. But unfortunately, Matt just likes them a little younger. Unfortunately.
But finally, with all this incel talk, Bill Maher finally decided to bring up the allegations and ask Matt about the 17-year-old girl that he allegedly paid to get
the spicy
in bed
stuff.
People want to know two basic things.
What'd you do it, man?
One, was he ever with an underage girl?
No.
Okay, I know you.
Straight up lie.
Oh, okay. All right. You just got. He's like, oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying, man.
You said that, and if the Justice Department had any evidence, and again, there are people who are going to attack me. What are you doing? You know, I'm not defending Matt Gaetz. I'm telling the truth.
I'm just letting it slide in.
Yeah, I'm just letting it go back.
The Justice Department, this was Biden's Justice Department, declined. I can't believe Biden's Justice Department wouldn't have wanted to get you if there was something. So the fact that they said, we got nothing, tells me something, that they had nothing. Now, I don't know what anybody does behind closed doors. There's lots of scandals about lots of people, but I got to go with what.
No criminal.
So I put that aside.
Okay.
Okay. Second thing they want to know is what he was doing considered prostitution. So that's what we're talking about now.
100%.
Like
No, it was just a little parting gift, you know.
Yeah, it was just a little donation to the nonprofit that is this person, you know.
Exactly.
It's just charity. It's not prostitution. What even is that? What even is the concept of prostitution? You know,
please.
I don't even understand the concept of prostitution, so I can't do it physically and literally. I cannot do it. I don't understand the concept. I don't know what it is, so I can't do it.
That is beyond the meta, Bill.
Yeah. I haven't downloaded that DLC yet, you know? So I literally can't do it yet. I don't have the DLC. That's what Matt Gaetz is saying. I don't do that, no.
Beverly Hills housewife who really hates her husband now, but sticks around and fucks him a few times a year because she doesn't want to give up the big house. To me, that's much more prostitution. That is text.
Honestly, she's doing that guy a favor because she could take almost literally everything by divorcing him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's just, you know, to keep the house. I think it's something else. I don't know. Maybe for the kids, you know. Nobody ever thinks about the kids except for Matt Gaetz because he thinks about them all the time. He physically cannot get them out of his head.
24/7 he thinks of them.
Yeah.
Doing something you hate just for the money. Same thing if he stays with her for the same reason because he can't afford to get divorced.
Exactly.
Okay, so let me clarify a couple of things here. First of all, the reason why no federal charges have been laid against Gaetz is because he actually hasn't broken any federal laws. The trafficking investigation against him over his trip to the Bahamas with all those hookers found no wrongdoing because in that instance, the youngest girl there was 18 years old. The allegation about the 17-year-old happened in Florida, which would require a state investigation and potential charges, which Congress has no jurisdiction over. Incidentally, there has been no formal investigation in Florida. That might have something to do with the fact that...
I wonder why.
What could possibly it be?
Yeah, is it because he's in the same state as Mr. Ronald DeSantis?
As his best friend Ronnie?
Ronnie D? Ronnie Meatball?
Ronnie deep throwing Trump's dick?
Honestly, he probably is right now. Especially right now with the helicopter crash. I mean, come on, Trump needs to cope, and the only thing he can cope with is Ronnie DeSantis' mouth. So
exactly, that's true.
But yeah, wow, look, Matt Gaetz right next to Ron DeSantis, and who's this? President Donald Trump. Wow.
Daddy Trump?
Very cool people that Trump surrounds himself with. A pedophile and, just a lizard in
And a
human
bootlegger.
skin. Yeah.
Gates' father was the president of the Florida State Senate and is currently still a member of the Senate, but it's hard to say for sure. I'm obviously just speculating out loud, right?
Wow. It couldn't be nepotism. There's no way.
No.
No.
Can we live in America?
Yeah,
We don't do stuff like that.
Yeah, there's no nepotism in America because we're a merit-based society.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's no way. Nepotism? What is that? That's not in my vocabulary, so I literally can't do it.
Right? But when Bill Maher kept pressing him, Gaetz began to get a little bit uncomfortable.
Okay, I wrote down the quote. There is this. Okay. Well, first.
Oh my God, you feel so good. I am so glad that I found out you're 17. Wow. Ooga. Imagine that's the quote. Like
he says something like from The Mask. He starts howling and banging on the fucking.
Yeah.
When he sees Cameron Diaz.
You start giving someone money you're dating that they didn't ask for. That's prostitution now? So, yeah, okay, that's your exact quote. But there's this in a text. I guess this is from your girlfriend at the time, talking about you and your wingman. The guys are a little short this week. If it can be more of a customer appreciation.
Yeah, he is.
Matt, now were there...
He's reliving the scenario in his head. A movie is playing inside his head right now, and he's like, ooh.
His hits are playing right now.
Yeah, Matt's greatest hits is playing in his brain right now.
Coupons involved. I just have to ask the tough questions. Were there coupons?
Bill, this
Okay,
is a
but
text
of
message
course.
I neither sent nor received. Another person is sending this message, presumably about me, to tell other women that they should
Matt,
ask
I
for
have
money.
your phone
It
right
sounds
here.
like
I have the
person who
message.
sent that message really
Jamie, pull it up.
they wanted to be the great recipient
pulled
of
up
any
Matt's phone.
generosity
Yeah.
and didn't want her friends to also be the recipient of that generosity. You're telling me that makes me some sort of criminal? I didn't send this message?
Yes, Matt. It in fact does. What are you saying?
Just because your dad and your buddy Ron didn't see it like that.
That doesn't negate what you did, bro. That's crazy. Oh my God. We live in a society.
We do live in a
This message.
society.
I'm referenced in it because one woman is telling other women, hey,
Remember when the Republican Party used to be against pedophilia?
No, they never were.
Yeah, you're right. They never were they? I think that's why we're living with the
But-
consequences of these
Exactly.
there's no generosity for you.
So the phrase Customer Appreciation Week, you never knew that before you saw it in this
No.
text. Also, this is in your defense. This is another thing from an article, again, I think, the Washington Post. The committee found 2 women, 27 and 25, who did not
Wow.
consider the relationships transactional. So that's a direct quote. Again, hacks. I'm just reading what I read. Did you read that one?
I
Wow,
did.
somebody
I
of
did.
age.
Sounded scandalous.
I think
Wow.
that's the crazy part.
Yeah, they're of age. Wow. Wow.
Damn, man.
Okay, Matt,
Yeah, but you can
I'll
do
give
it.
you this one. You can do it. You can do
Talk
it, Matt.
about David and Goliath story here.
Yeah.
Me dating a 25-year-old woman and a 27-year-old woman and having a non-transactional
Look
relationship.
who you're talking to. You don't know the half of it. Okay, so
What, Bill?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Why do you say that? Do you have experience? Has what?
What the fuck? Bill, shut the fuck up, dog. Okay.
What the fuck does that last bit mean there?
Yeah.
Look who you're talking to. You don't know the half of it.
I'm literally the master at this, bro. You don't know who you're talking about. You're talking about the inventor of this, literally.
He's the architect. Bill is the
Yeah.
architect of this.
Yeah.
He's the engineer. He's the architect from the Matrix. You know, this is who you're talking. This is the guy you want to talk to.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because people call him a creep for consistently dating women almost 40 years younger than him.
Jesus
But obviously,
Christ.
that's not a crime. It's just because he's got a killer personality and younger women are desperate to hang out with him. I'm sure it's got nothing to do with money at all. But as for Gaetz, his fall guy was Joel Greenberg, who is
What is
currently
that?
serving
Oh,
an
God.
11-year
Who is
sentence
that?
in federal prison for such things as
This ain't helping your case, bro. This is not it.
trafficking of a
You
child,
should put.
identity
You should put
theft,
right now the video of Oliver Stone dancing. Oliver Stone dan.
What is this? Dancing with Daddy? What is this? Okay, what am I put? The Dougie one?
That's his name, right?
Oliver Stone? I don't know.
Right? Is that not his name? What the fuck's his name?
What is
Because
this?
he was in that picture.
In which
He was
picture?
in that picture with Matt Gaetz.
Oh,
with Matt
here,
Gaetz.
here.
That old man.
This guy? Oh,
That
the
old
old
man
guy?
next to him? No. Yeah.
That's not. That's not. I don't
Roger.
know.
Is it Roger Stone?
Maybe. Hold on. Let me put Roger Stone. This
There we
one?
go. The second one.
Oh, the second one? Oh, my bad.
Either or.
Florida, where many Republicans are still living in an alternate universe.
Oh my God.
Got the moves. Convicted felon Roger Stone dancing outside.
I think in the next one,
where Donald
in
Trump
the
is still
other
very
video,
much
Uh-huh.
the
I think
center
you'll
of
get to hear the
party. We'll be
music.
right back.
This one?
No. It's not that one. Go down. Let's see. That one.
His what is it? Roger Stone does his best Flavor Flav impression. Oh my God, that is so. My eyes are about to get violated already. Oh my God, is this 4G auto blow or whatever his fucking name is?
I don't know.
He
I have no
automatically
idea.
blows Trump the minute he sees him. This guy did a lot of fucking
Yeah.
like press for Trump, basically, like free fucking advertising for Trump during the election cycle. Like
What a fucking simp.
he is a big MAGA simp, TBH.
He's a mega sexual.
Yeah.
2021, yeah, he running it back. I just got a call from General Flynn, he told me that's facts. Democrats, go and tell me how you feel about that. Who won Trump won? Who won Trump won? Watermark the baddest 45, the chosen one. You know the
Oh my
fans
God.
in the street, they was knocking at the front door. Patriots pulling up, knocking on the Capitol. Oh yeah, you know the fans did a sweep, whoa. You know the fans did a sweep, yo. Fans did a sweep, they was knocking at the front door. Patriots pulling up, knocking on the Capitol. Oh yeah, you know the fans.
Oh my God.
Oh. That's the guy that's next to Maggie. That's that guy.
Yeah. Wow.
These are the people Matt Gaetz is
wire
affiliated
fraud,
with.
Yeah.
stalking, and conspiracy. And like I said
Oh my
before,
God.
Gaetz resigned a week after winning by a landslide back in November. I mean, the guy is super popular in Florida, but remember,
Still crazy. Crazy he's popular in Florida after being outed as a known pedophile. Florida, what are you doing? Please, do better.
Florida
when
is
a
not real. It's a meme.
congressman
Wait, what?
Florida's a meme, dude. It's not real.
Yeah, it's true. That is true.
resigns, the ethics committee no longer has jurisdiction over them for investigative purposes, so resigning is a way of preventing a report from being published, except even though Gaetz resigned, the ethics committee still published the report because they felt
thank
like
God.
it was in the public interest. Now, obviously, there's political point scoring going and vendettas.
Wait, so did he actually become the attorney general or no? No,
No, he
right?
didn't.
They
No.
still haven't cleared him.
Well, he's not doing it anymore. He's like he left office.
Oh,
He does not-
he gave up. Wait,
Yeah.
you don't have to be in office to be attorney general though, do you?
No, he's just gone. He does his own little. He has like a news anchor at One American News. That's what he does
No
now.
way. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's America for you guys. Wow.
Yeah. So.
Is all over the place with this kind of stuff. Gaetz had just as many enemies in his own party as he did outside of it. He clearly didn't want that report to get out, which is probably why he filed a lawsuit seeking an emergency temporary restraining order to prevent the release of the committee's findings, arguing that the committee...
Matt, if you did nothing wrong, why are you scared? It's almost it's almost like you did something wrong, bro.
Looks like you did something illegal, dude.
Yeah, like what? What?
Was like, is everything okay, buddy?
Yeah, why would you do this if you did nothing wrong, bro? Huh? How interesting. Huh.
He lacked jurisdiction over former members and that releasing the report would cause immediate, severe, and irreversible...
Well, he's the second. Matt Gaetz the second. Wow. I actually didn't know that. There's someone else named Matt Gaetz out there.
His reputation due to
dad,
widespread
yeah, probably his dad.
Unfortunately for him, the report...
Ooh, messages between Joelle Greenberg and 20-year-old female. If you have a friend that is down, perhaps all 4 of us can meet up later. Do you party at all? Oh, that's perfect. I have a friend who introduced me to the website that I could bring. She's very pretty, great personality. I usually do $400 per meet. Does your friend use the website as well? And yes, I do like to go out sometimes. Oh, wow. 400 per meet. That kind of sounds like
prostitution.
Yeah, what? Huh. 400 a meet. Surely. What? This
Dude, look what he says.
And what's down here? Very cool. Yes, he understands the deal. What? Matt Gaetz understand that he's doing prostitution? Oh, okay. What does your friend look like? $400 is not a... Wow, Matt Gaetz saying...
That's light. That is light. He's
Matt
slinging money.
Yeah,
he's not
Matt...
really slinging dick. He's slinging cash, my friend.
Matt Gaetz, through his friend Joelle Greenberg, saying $400 is not a problem for prostitution. Are you both old enough to drink? I mean, come on, Matt. We know you don't care if they're old enough to drink. Let's be honest. So, what do you have in mind for tonight? Sends a picture of Matt Gaetz. My friend, ooh, my friend thinks he's really cute. Well, he's down here for only the day. We work hard and play hard. Have you ever tried Molly?
Whoa!
No,
buddy.
Molly?
Wow.
Wow, okay. Okay. This was 2018, September 22nd, 2018. Wow. Wow.
Report got released anyway. However, his official reason for resigning was because Donald Trump had nominated him to be...
No, I mean, not only that, Matt Gaetz got caught in 4K. That's literally him. There's no mistake. That's him.
He's like, nah, it's not me. Nice.
His official reason for resigning was because Donald Trump had nominated him to be the United States Attorney General, but everything got muddled up with the ethics report getting released and all the negative attention it was bringing him and the Don, so he withdrew from that nomination as well. But apparently, according to Bill Maher, all of this just makes him even more relatable to the average Floridian.
I'm thinking now that maybe your days as a...
More relate. So you're telling me people in Florida just do active pedophilia on the daily? Is this what they? Is this what it's insinuating? More relatable to the average Floridian. Wow. That is, yeah, prostitution and pedophilia. That is insane.
The party animal. It connected you more with who the American people really are. Is that a fair statement?
Look, because I was never a holier-than-thou politician. I never...
Well, we know that.
Yeah, but you know what? Some people who had personal foibles and follies would then go and be in great moral judgment of others. And for whatever problems I've had in my life, I've never tried to represent that I'm a better person than my constituents.
Yeah, no,
I just try to be a vessel.
I'm saying
for them, for their
think you're more
goals.
I think you're more like them. I mean, I don't consider you I mean, especially having talked to you now, like there are some dirtbags.
After I've
Yeah,
humanized
the
you.
former lawyer who became
Yeah, after I humanized you and made you relatable somewhat, as relatable as a pedophilic person can be. You're just a guy, bro. You're just
You're
a
just like
guy.
me, man.
Yeah, what? You
It's
have
insane.
eyes, you have hair, you have opposable thumbs. You're just a guy, bro. What the heck?
You do drugs.
Yeah,
Nice.
wow.
became a senator and spent over $90,000 on hookers and
Oof.
drugs. Whose
Oof. Whose money? Whose money is that?
Surely
Whose
that's
money
not
is-
taxpayer money.
Whose money is that, Florida?
90K on hookers and drugs? That is crazy.
Damn, Florida. Yeah, I could have gone to hurricane relief money.
Yeah. Hurricane relief
instead
money
went to
on
hooker-
drugs and hookers.
hooker-
Crazy. Hey, he's stimulating the economy at least, so
That is true.
there's that.
daddy is a senator worth tens of millions of dollars definitely seems heaps relatable. Do these guys ever take a break from sniffing each other's farts?
No.
Then like who?
No,
Lauren
they got
Boebert.
high off of it.
Yeah.
She's a patriot. Lauren Boebert's terrific.
Okay, but she gives.
Oh,
Lauren
Lauren
Boebert.
Boebert, the one that gave a little handy at a public fucking theater.
Hey, she's just giving back to the community, brother. He's like, all right, who's next? I'm doing the whole theater. Lauren Boebert, the most charitable American.
Republicans are just like sexually deprived.
They
fucking
are, aren't they? It's like, come on, get out of the closet. If you're a nymphomaniac, you're a nymphomaniac. Okay, it's
But
okay.
Keep it to yourself, buddy.
Keep it
We
to
don't wanna see that in
yourself.
public.
Be safe. Okay, get some help. There is help. You don't have to keep it in the closet. You don't have to repress yourself and give out handies in the movie theater in front of children, in front of other people just trying to enjoy a
front of
movie.
families
Yeah,
and
in front of
family night.
family. Yeah. Yeah, imagine being a family of 5, and you just look
Maybe-
behind you. You have your
You see your
children. You got.
senator.
You see your
You see
senator
your
giving a
congressman.
nice little tug below the belt, while you're enjoying family time, popcorn, soda. You got a nice little
Watching Disney
fresh,
on Ice.
yeah,
with your
Disney on
family.
Ice, with your nice 32-liter. I mean, not 30-liter, 32-ounce Coke, your large popcorn bucket.
And your 5-year-old dressed as Elsa from
Yeah,
Frozen.
yeah.
Because you had good grades this month. You decided to award your daughter, and just for her to witness an atrocity right behind her.
And she sees, oh wow, it's my idol, Lauren Boebert, Congresswoman, inspiring patriotic American.
Inspiring young women.
Inspiring young women everywhere by giving handies in the public movie theater. Wow, very cool.
Gives jobs during musicals.
So what?
I agree.
So
You're
No way. No way he said so what. And Bill Maher's, I agree. I agree. Wow.
Oh my god.
What is up with these people, man?
Just laugh it off, Bill. That's
They
fine.
they have
Just laugh
no
it off.
shame. They have no shame.
These people are fucking gross. What happened to the Republican Party? The Christian family values. What
Yeah,
the fuck
Christian
is that?
family values, the party of common sense. Yeah,
Apparently the
it's
party of
common sense
giving
to
a
have give
jerky
handies in the movie theater in front of kids.
and doing drugs.
Very common sense. And doing drugs and having sex with minors and, sex trafficking. Very common sense. Wow.
Oh my god.
The best of the Republican Party.
That's great. Wow. And
Take
they
it,
still
girls.
lose.
Yeah.
The Democrats still lose to
And
these
the
guys.
and the Democrats still lose. They lose to pedophile Matt Gaetz
And Handy Lauren
and handy dandy Lauren Boebert. Very cool.
It's a musical.
Very cool.
Well, none that I had give me jobs, but not entirely
that's
sure
what
I
they
would have
said.
turned one down.
That's what they said. And my joke was like, they said, well, Matt Gaetz, he took prostitutes to musicals. I'm like, really? If you're taking a girl to a musical, isn't that payment in itself?
Well, but by the way, think about how
Very funny, Bill. That was hilarious.
Bill, that means you see any kind of form of dating as prostitution. What the fuck?
Give her a glass of water. That's
Prostitution. That's prostitution. You gave them something in exchange for something else. That's prostitution. That's what Bill Maher is saying right now. You gave that nice young lady a glass of water that's free? Yeah, that's prostitution, bro. That's life in prison. That's life in prison.
You're a human trafficker.
how fantastical that sounds. That I was bringing prostitutes to Broadway shows. They were my dates.
Right. I'm saying that is not a. See, I don't think people know what a prostitute is. A prostitute is someone. First of all,
let me tell you something. let me educate the common pleb.
If you can't tell the difference, or if you don't know what prostitution is, or you
have to talk to Bill Maher.
You have to talk to Bill Maher, the expert, the leading expert in this subject.
He knows. This man's he's done it during the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
This man is dirty. This is a dirty, dirty man.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Thanks, Bill Maher. You're awesome.
Okay.
Thank you for the content.
Car antenna. Who gives jobs behind dumpsters? That's a prostitute. And of course, there's high end, but they don't get taken to Broadway shows. Was my point.
Bro was paying hookers to go to musicals with him. Yeah, that shit's wild. But hang on, how many different definitions of a hooker is Bill gonna give us in this episode? The guy can't stop contradicting himself to suit the same narrative.
The mental
now he's
gymnastics
is
crazy.
To have a pimp and hang out in dark alleyways.
They need to have a pimp who sounds like Cat Williams, and that's the only way that they're prostitutes. Yeah,
a prostitute.
Yeah, they need a pimp who sounds like Cat Williams. They need to do all the jobs behind the dumpster.
Or Eddie Griffin.
Or Eddie Griffin, and they have to do the dirty deed in a dark alley or behind a dumpster. That's the only way to prostitute. If they do it in my car, not prostitute. If they do it in a motel, not a prostitute.
If they do it in an alleyway and you have a guy that looks like Eddie Griffin or Cat Williams,
that's a prostitute. Yeah, that's prostitution.
You ever seen Norbit? Well, there you go.
That's prostitution. Yeah.
Wasn't he just saying the complete opposite a moment ago?
Here's the crux of it to me. Prostitution is a term we apply across the world. It doesn't just apply to sex. You can prostitute yourself in business, in politics, anything. It means doing something you hate for money. That's what it means.
Whoring yourself.
Wow, so my job is prostitution? That's crazy. Yeah, me working in a grocery store is prostitution on my part. I'm prostituting myself.
The guy that washes cars at the corner, he's a prostitute.
He's a prostitute. The migrant picking our strawberries, that's a prostitute. They're doing something they hate for money.
Nice. I did not know that, Bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill Maher.
Thank you for teaching us the way.
Yeah.
I feel
Hills housewife.
Yeah.
I feel more in line. Thank you.
Really hates her husband now, but sticks around and.
So you're saying the wife who sticks around for the husband beating her up, and she's a prostitute because she's doing something she hates and gets something out of it. Wow.
Books him a few times a year because she doesn't want to give up the big house. To me, that's much more prostitution. That is textbook doing something you hate just for the money. Same thing if he stays with her. for the same reason, because he can't afford to get divorced.
That man is also a prostitute.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just
Everyone's a
confused now.
prostitute.
It's hard to keep up with all the jerking off going on between these guys, not to mention the rampant hypocrisy and narcissism. Gaetz is the type of
what is
guy
this
who tries to
picture?
convince
Yeah.
you that the stripper is into him after he spent over $200 on lap dances. But I can see why him and Bill Maher ended up getting along so well after a 1-hour conversation. They both clearly have the same taste in women, but like I said before, I'm sure it's because they both have really good personalities and they're super fun to hang out with. There's no
Absolutely,
way it's
that's
transactional.
that's the only reason.
Even
Yeah.
though
There's no other
literally
reason.
a paper trail of transactions from
Jesus
Gates' public
Christ.
Venmo account
Dog.
to a bunch of
Look at this map. Oh
What
my
is this-
god.
What is this Civ 6 tech tree that I'm looking at?
Oh my god. Look, there's Matt Gaetz right there.
Dog.
Wow.
of known hookers. All jokes aside, though, this episode of Club Random was random as fuck, but it was also oddly entertaining. It was a good break from the Joe Rogan circle jerk, but I wouldn't be surprised if Matt Gaetz had a bunch of missed calls from Rogan himself after he saw him on Bill Maher's podcast. And speaking of the Rogan circle jerk, I'll be reviewing the latest episode of Kill Tony with Shane Gillis, Mark Normand, and Ari Shafir over on Patreon, so check out the link in the description and make sure you're signed up so you don't miss out on that one. While you're here though, hit the
Nice.
subscribe button and make sure you give me a thumbs up if you ended up liking this video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.
That was good. Hold on.
There's something about something was just a drive-by. What's a drive-by?
Was that a message I sent?
It's when you jerk off on a car and you come on somebody while driving.
In a time when
I'm
That's
I'm pretty sure Matt knows what that is. He's just playing
He knows
coy.
exactly what it is.
He's just being
He's
coy.
a dirty son of a bitch.
He's a dirty little boy.
He's a dirty little cocksucker.
Alright.
Oh,
What a video.
Jubilee.
Yeah.
God.
I put a lot of videos on this. Are you okay with
There
that?
you
I don't
go.
know how long you want to stream.
I don't mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Just a
This-
Jubilee gets me mad sometimes, but it's
No,
okay.
yeah, I get you. All right, this is Jubilee video. Progressives versus moderate Democrats, the middle ground. This video is 1 hour, so just
And in the end,
bear with us.
They're both pussies.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, probably.
Both of them can't resolve anything.
Nope.
we are almost fighting Satan, and Satan being Trump. You know, I'd rather the dog catcher be president of the United States over Donald Trump.
I would rather a rock with
What?
googly eyes be the president over Donald Trump.
What the fuck?
Okay.
What the fuck am I listening?
I
What
know
are these
they're I
people
know they're
saying?
exaggerating, but
Dog. What is this fucking Pinterest as fucking comebacks? am I listening to right
yeah, honestly,
now? God, no wonder.
no wonder. Yeah, no wonder the Democrats lost. No wonder the liberals
Yep.
lost.
They have these fucking pussies.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Step forward if you agree with the prompt. The far left made us lose the election.
Wow, no one's going up. I'm surprised.
In the interviews, I did have a lot of people agree.
Ooh. Show yourself.
Okay.
Oh,
Let's go.
okay.
Of course. This is the chick that shops at the pavilion.
She does look like she shops there. I mean, look at those clothes she has on.
Yeah, that's that fucking expensive ass grocery store, right? The
Yeah.
Pavilion?
Oh, this guy too. Yeah, Pavilions is the expensive grocery store. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this guy too. Come on, the far left did not. The far left does more for this country than any of the political parties have ever done.
Let's see what these fucking numbnuts have to say.
Yeah. Oh, another one.
So,
There we go.
Okay. It's a kind of a big accusation to say that they made us lose the election. I think there are elements on the far left
I mean, that's
that
what you blamed it on.
contributed
Yeah.
to
Everyone.
Literally every liberal.
Everyone.
Literally every liberal on the media, on Twitter, now known as X, on TikTok. Literally everyone says, yeah, the left made us lose. Yeah, no, we did not.
You guys just suck at messaging.
Yeah, you guys suck at messaging. You guys
have shit policies.
Shit policies. This was literally the weakest Democratic candidate
The most
that
limp dick.
like Kamala didn't even want to run. And you can tell from her body language how she, spoke at the debates.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing really inspiring. Tim Walz was somewhat a boost, but it wasn't big enough.
Well, he was the only one that got he got the pretty good messaging and giving all the comebacks and everything.
Yeah, he had good messaging. It's just
he was doing the heavy lifting actually.
He kind of was, but he did kind of mess up a couple times. Like during the VP debate, I think he kind of did drop the ball.
Yeah.
He did kind of make JD Vance look a little. He kind of humanized JD Vance a little bit.
Damn it.
During the debate.
Fucker. He humanized the couch fucker.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is kind of crazy. But yeah, let's see what else. Let's see what else there's.
Of an optics that made us look a little bit more extreme than we actually were. So in that way, yeah, of course there was a little bit of contribution.
Yeah, so extreme. Free healthcare, taxing the rich.
Social safety nets, that is so crazy.
That is so extreme. Oh my god.
School lunches for kids?
Yeah, what's next?
That's insane.
Free school lunches for kids? What's next? Light speed rail or not light speed rail.
Yeah, light speed rail, Joe. It's light speed rail.
Yeah, we're gonna make light speed rail.
Exactly. The Chinese don't have that.
I mean the high speed rail. Yeah, that's so extreme. Wow.
That's basically communism.
That is communism.
Trains are communism.
So communism is when trains and when everyone gets to eat. Wow.
It's when trains and kids get a free school lunch.
Yeah.
That's the definition of
Was it the
communism.
sole reason why? Of course not. No.
The end of society.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's pretty nuanced. If you looked at it as like a pie graph, 70% is because of the far left agenda. I think there's just too many Americans that are too close to the center, and I don't have
pussies.
issues per se with what is considered the far left agenda, but the big issue is if it's costing.
It's
us
anyone who
national
says
election-
Palestine is cool. That is far left.
Yeah,
that's where I draw the line.
Yeah. That if you say Palestine should be a country, I think you should like go to prison for life.
Stop bombing Palestinian children. That's all right.
You should get killed on the spot. You should get shot, and your body should be hung from the tallest tower.
Exactly.
If you say that, wow, that's a crime against humanity. That is a bridge too far.
Exactly.
In the House of Representatives and the Senate and the Supreme Court and the White House, we have to make some adjustments.
I really think that
like what
optics are
he gave nothing.
There are no adjustments.
Personally, when I would go on my TikTok or like any social media, I would see a lot of like Kamala HQ videos and a lot of things from like the Democratic Party, and it was.
You mean propaganda? You were brainwashed, lady, into believing the bourgeoisie lies.
Let's see what she has to say. Let's see.
It's giving a lot of like far left ideology, like viewpoints, and the way
What
it kind of
is?
portrayed itself.
What
and
they
it is
just
good
keep
to rally
saying
up, like,
far left.
They keep
viewpoints,
giving,
but they haven't said what exact policy. They just say
exactly
far left.
Far left.
Like what?
Super
Like what?
ambiguous, super vague, no
Meals on
examples.
Wheels. That is far left.
That's
for
a
this
little
stuff,
too
but it
far
also,
for
I
me.
feel like isolates those who do care about other issues such as the economy and other things like.
Like what, buddy? Which ones?
That.
Tell me
It turns
an
people off
economic
because
policy.
I think at the end of the day we have to acknowledge that like there is a stereotype when it comes to the Democratic Party, and
The the economics of OnlyFans.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
it's
know
unfortunate,
that.
but when people see things that align with that.
She's like, my pay pig, Matt Gaetz, is being indicted at the very moment. You're ruining the economy, Democrats.
Exactly.
That stereotype, it ultimately kind of hits us back a bit. Not to say that there's not stereotypes everywhere, but like.
Yeah. I mean, I think in general, what
What
we're saying
stereotype?
is that it's not that we disagree
just
with a
saying
lot of the
nothing.
things that the far left.
Yeah, it's a bunch of nothing.
They're just saying nothing. They haven't specified anything. They're just bitching and moaning.
Yeah, they're just sore.
Like what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
Literally what they're doing is just bitching and moaning because they can't
believes in.
defend themselves.
It's so much more of the way it's communicated in their approach, and I think we see it in extremism in any capacity with regards to any issue. But obviously for us, I think it affects us more because it's like, well, gosh, I do agree with you in so many ways, but the way you're doing it is making us look so bad, and it's.
Eating children is making us look bad.
You heard it here first on Jubilee.
Giving elderly people affordable healthcare and affordable prescription medicine, you're making us look bad.
Yeah, Social Security, that's terrible. That's making us look bad. Universal healthcare is making us look bad.
Expanding Medicaid is making us look bad.
Free housing is making us look bad. I mean, that is so unpopular. What about the landlord class? Who's thinking about them, huh?
They also have families to feed.
Come on, they have a real job. Being a landlord. Come on.
Scratching their balls all day.
Yeah.
And painting over the outlets.
And hoarding all the money and all the land. That takes a lot of work.
Not fixing the property where they're charging their tenants over 100% of the regular price.
Yeah. Oh my God, liberals.
It's turning, like you said, a lot of people that are more in the center away.
And I actually believe that a lot of moderate Republicans actually held their nose and voted for Trump.
Mm-hmm.
But they were just so like, we cannot go this far left. You know, we almost, since he's the only real viable option on the right, we have to go with him.
So many of them that I've
Not the
spoken
fact
to,
that
they
Kamala.
see Trump as being moderate.
Which is
Like, and
literally
it's
just
really interesting.
a dead candidate.
And they
Yeah.
defend it, but it's like, again, it's the optics, and whether it's true or not, but if that's what people are perceiving it, if they're like, whoa, the left has gone so far left that Trump seems like the moderate candidate.
Yeah,
Buddy.
so moderate. Deporting 20 million migrants. That's so moderate. That's not
What a
extreme
moderate
at
position
all.
to take.
Not extreme whatsoever.
And like they were saying, oh, the optics. It's like, it was the optics.
Yeah,
Kamala looked bad as a candidate.
Yeah.
And it was
and-
the optics. She looked like she's a shit candidate.
She is.
And that's what fucked us. Not only her, but Joe Biden.
Joe Biden, he should have
That
kept
man
his
was
promise.
That man was dead on
Yeah,
stage.
he was. He should have kept his promise, and he should have only been a one-term president, honestly.
Exactly.
He promised that when he campaigned for the first time in 2016 or not 2016, in 2020.
Yeah.
He did not keep that promise. And everyone held him accountable for it, and he made it look even worse when he had that blunder in the debate when his vacuum tubes, because he was from a time before the microchip. His vacuum tubes in his brain just popped.
Correct.
Yeah. Trump, the moderate optic choice, deporting 20 million migrants, tariffing the entire world, and drilling for
Very
oil.
moderate
Yeah.
moderate policies.
Sunsera JX, thank you for the follow. And you sent a YouTube video. Yes, of course. You can link it to me. I will probably watch it like after this.
Then there's definitely an issue there, and I think needs to be addressed.
Can you guys be specific about the agenda?
Right. So I would say items
There we
that
go.
I feel compromise the far left agenda would be like transgender rights.
Oh my God.
And,
Here we go.
And I say that, please don't
Here we
think
are.
that I'm saying there doesn't need
Okay, we're gonna watch that. Oh, hold on.
Of any person.
We're gonna watch this
wherever they're
later.
at, whether it's LGBTQ+.
It's short? Okay, you know what? Since it's short, we'll do it now.
It's a minute,
Okay,
yeah.
Drake's Live After the Beef animated skit. Okay.
Alright, let's see.
Okay. Is that supposed to be his kid? What's
I
his
guess
name?
so.
Um,
I don't
what's his
know.
kid's name? I forget. Adonis? No, is it? No, maybe.
Just kills his child.
Yeah. It's supposed to be his kid? Oh, okay. In the faucet. That's crazy. Kendrick.
He's just suffering through psychosis.
Yeah. He's got schizophrenia.
He's becoming mentally unstable.
Bruh.
Does he have a McDonald's branded on his head?
It looks like it, yeah. Hold on. I think it is. Yeah, it's the McDonald's. Drake's life is ruined. Yeah, honestly it is. He's done for ever since that Kendrick. He should not have messed with Kendrick.
Minorities, whatever. I believe we all deserve equal human rights. But if your agenda is to focus on one group of people that kind of compromise, I think something less than 2% of the population.
That's
and you're
literally you're complaining of a population that's barely 1%.
Yeah,
that's literally what you're bitching about.
It is crazy. Let's see. A 2020 Pew Research Center survey found that 1.6% of adults in the U.S. identify as transgender or non-binary. This is roughly 3 million adults.
It's literally no one.
3
That's
million.
nobody.
Yeah, 3 million.
Literally nobody.
3 million is 1%. Imagine 100. Like that is such a small percentage that it's so insignificant that it doesn't like. It's crazy. And these are the people that they're going after. Such a small group.
Yo, my grandparents can't afford their insulin. But you know what's the real issue?
Transgender.
A transgender person.
How do they have the money to get all that? And I can't even get insulin. It must be the transgenders. They're using up they're using up all the healthcare.
With all their dick chopping.
Yeah.
And everything. That's what's fucking this economy.
Yeah, the 1% of adults is ruining the healthcare for everyone else. That's crazy.
On the top 1% of the wealth, how about we focus on the top 1% of the transgender community?
Yeah.
Percent of the population, and you're neglecting something huge. I think you were the one that said, like, the economy. You're not going to get many people to go down your train of thought with that.
I feel like the Democratic Party was like, we're going to hit all of these left ideals. We're going to hit about trans rights. We're going to hit about women.
They didn't even talk about them.
This, and that's
they're completely ignored.
Yeah.
Kamala didn't say one thing about trans people. You know what?
Yeah, not really.
The border. It was constantly the border.
Yeah.
Let's put more border, man. More border and border.
It's because the Democrats, in order to appeal to more conservatives, they just went to like a right-wing shift, sort of.
And it didn't work.
And it didn't work. It didn't work because you can't outflank Republicans, especially now that they're Nazis. You can't outflank Nazis.
I mean, it's like, how can I convince the Republican Party? Oh, I'll do immigration. A Republican's just not going to vote for you because of that. What he's going to say is like, well, Trump's doing it, and he's doing other stuff that I like. So fuck you.
Yeah, like, why should I vote for a light version of Trump when I can have the real thing?
Exactly.
Why have Kroger Trump when I can get brand name Trump?
Why have Bud Light when I can have Budweiser?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. There it is.
Led things to the back burner, and the problem is
why have Heineken Zero when I can have actual Heineken?
Exactly. When I can have Heineken Plus.
That, like, not all women want abortion, right?
Sure,
And by having that emphasis on like these pinpoint issues, you really do neglect the majority.
Yeah, and I mean, the exit polls showed that the two biggest issues Americans on the whole, all Americans cared most about was the economy and immigration. Right.
And look what happened.
Yeah, and
look what happened.
You guys got cooked.
Because
the percentage
you got
that cared
triggered
about
by the 1%.
Like abortion.
Yeah.
and race relations, like they were on the map, but they were so small in comparison to these bigger issues. I would say that I do hesitate to call it a left-wing agenda because it sounds kind of sinister when you say that, on the right-wing agenda.
I guess fuck black people. I guess I don't know.
They're bad and we must destroy them.
Fuck everyone who's not white.
But as far as what
I guess.
if we had to call it an agenda, what we see happening on the left is that they're really set on putting everything in terms.
Literally while a black woman is sitting next to her.
There's two black people right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and the guy too. Yeah. Next to two people of color. Yeah, it's you guys. Points at them. Yeah, it's you two.
You guys
race
fucked
and
us.
sex
Yeah.
and sexual orientation, and it causes a lot of division. It causes tribalism. And again, I'm not saying that that's their intention. I'm not saying that's their agenda. I'm not saying that they've written it out like this is what we're gonna do. Optically, that's how it looks. That's how people are interpreting it, and it wasn't very unifying for a lot of Americans. It wasn't the most
These people
important
let
thing.
Fox News let them get shit on. They just
Yeah.
let Fox News tell them what to think.
Exactly. Like yeah,
That's your problem.
yeah. She's like yeah. Optically, like we were not doing the best. Yeah, optically, you had a ethnic woman. Not only we could have had the first woman president. We could have had the first person of color woman president.
But no, because
because optically that looks bad. Optically that looks bad. A mixed race woman optically just looks bad. Next to a white man, old white man
who shits his pants.
Yeah.
Americans
who constantly
when we
shits
had
his
things
diapers.
like immigration and the economy, that it was affecting everybody and that everybody really cared about.
Well, now it's affecting everybody because no one's working.
Yeah. Yeah.
You literally fucked our GDP.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, I don't really care about the GDP all that much. The GDP is just a number at the end of the day for me. But like how does I don't get how liberals get so hung up on this when there is like actual action and directions and ways that we can actually boost the economy instead of just having free market neoliberalism. Like that's all they do. That's all both sides do. The Republicans and Democrats. It's like, yeah, you know what? I think neoliberalism is cool. Let's keep it in place forever. Let's do austerity forever.
You know, it's a cool idea. Austerity.
Let's just not change anything.
Just keep doing what we've been doing since the 90s.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
It'll be cool.
Yeah, there's not gonna be a second house market crash. No way.
No.
There can't be a second stock crash. No way. Neoliberalism is here forever to stay.
Real step forward.
Okay.
You guys are capping.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard the
you
word
guys
of the
suck
day
dick.
was optics, and it's interesting to me. Just a quick survey: does anybody think that Biden is a far left president?
No.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And if you look on Fox News, you look on any right-wing media, they're labeling him as a socialist. So the optics of like Kamala was too far left or she was going too much into progressive values. No matter who it is, the candidate's going to be labeled this crazy far left extremist. So the optics, I think, are a little bit weird to be prioritizing.
They
how
listen
the
to
right
Fox
view-
News.
Yeah.
They let them get to them. I was like, I think Fox News is right.
Yeah, that's all they think. That's like literally the only thing. Like Republicans, they have a TV remote like this, but instead of all these buttons, it just has one button, and it's for Fox. It's just one giant. It's just
Every
one
channel is
giant button.
Fox.
Yeah, it's just one giant button, and it's just Fox. That's it.
use Democratic candidates instead of what those Democratic candidates actually stand for. And to me, when we're talking about the far left is discounting economic issues, that's really the only thing the far left was talking about, or people who were on the progressive side. We want to see student loans be more forgiven. We want to see some sort of housing situation to the
Okay, brother. I don't know. I don't want to see student loans forgiven for one reason, because I think it should be free. education should be free, so there shouldn't have been student loans to begin with.
Well, that's probably where he's gonna go to next.
But yeah, I hope
And
so.
education.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like Biden could have done something. Department of Education, he has that power. And he did nothing.
Yeah, he just no.
Like, yeah, how about I don't, Jack?
Increasing rent. We want to see
How about
better
a jacket
climate
on?
measures.
Yeah.
That way we can stop things like these California wildfires and other disasters across the country.
Yeah, building on that really quickly, a really illuminating moment for me personally was, I think it was like a week before the election or something, Kamala was being interviewed by somebody, and she was asked if she thought trans healthcare was like a human right, you know, and she was, like you're saying, supposedly the progressive candidate. That's certainly the way the media, or a lot of the conservative media was labeling her.
Yeah.
You know, she sort of waffled back and forth, and eventually she ended up saying, well, it should be up to the states. It should be up to the states, right? And that's why it...
Classic Republican way to like deflect or to like not even answer the question. Oh, well, you know, just let the states handle it. Yeah, you know, just like Donald Trump and most small government Republicans, you know, they just let the state handle it, even though Trump signed like how many executive orders? Like 36 in the first like not even 2 weeks of his presidency. Like, yeah, we don't abuse the power of the government, but then again, you know, Trump signs 36 executive orders abusing the power of the executive. But you know, we don't do that because we're small government Republicans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting for me to hear that you guys thought it was, you know, lean too left, when I know certain people who, you know, didn't vote for Trump as a result of that, but were like, okay, Kamala clearly doesn't have my interests at heart as a trans person, you know what I mean? And while, yeah, somebody said that is a small demographic, it's still a demographic I think worth paying attention to.
I think a culture war is real, and we did not start that. The left did not start that. With advocacy, the right created a culture war in order to focus on these issues that are marginal. They are putting the focus on these issues, not the left. Like Trump ran an ad. It said, Kamala is for them, right? Like playing on the whole gender, non-binary, transgender rights thing, right? If we keep playing into these culture war issues, it'll just lose elections, because what Kamala did is go towards the right in order to fight against this label of radical, right? And in general, that's just not going to work, because you already have someone who was so far right in Donald Trump. She's never going to get elected running on a moderate campaign.
Exactly.
You need to create enemies when you're in politics, and that's just the truth. We are the enemies of the right, and unfortunately, they have to be our enemies, because that's how politics works.
But we don't have to be the enemies of the people. And
Too fucking bad. It's too late now. You can't say that anymore. You can't.
You lost.
It's over.
Yeah.
I want to build on that,
lost.
because I don't blame the far left, because for me it was about immigration, it was about inflation, and I don't think the far left took us in a wrong direction on that. But I think we didn't draw the line on things. So like with immigration, none of us support illegal immigration. Not a single person on the far left, far right, anybody. But we never made that position clear. It's more about...
In what way? How?
What do you mean? That's all she was talking about.
Yeah.
That's literally what she did 24/7, and she still lost.
Yeah.
So what's the issue? What's the problem? These people are fucking retarded.
Yeah. I think honestly, I think they just got like 5 random people from LA or Seattle and just like, yeah, just, you know, just come in this van. We'll give you some candy and, you know, we'll let you talk on camera for a little bit.
We need to draw the line on some things, or the right will define it for us. We'll be playing defense the whole time.
I do think it's a very fair point to say that we are constantly playing defense.
I have seen her on like other videos though. This chick.
Yeah.
She was in a video, another Jubilee video where she's where they did that one thing where it's like 20 people versus like one person.
Was it the one with
Charlie Kirk?
Charlie Kirk?
Yeah.
I saw that one.
Yeah, I saw that one.
And just responding to their ideas instead of creating our own. But I do think it's interesting. I would say most of us agree that Kamala was pretty moderate, and yet she lost the election. But you still say that 70% of the election being lost is because of progressives, when we weren't even running a candidate. Kamala is not a progressive. Republicans often will blame transgender people and blame these small minority groups and vilify them and us. And I see you kind of accepting that framework by blaming transgender people and progressive ideas for the loss of this election.
Reading it up. Reading it up.
So, not in terms of the Democratic Party itself. Maybe they don't have a far left agenda, but do you think that there is a cultural far left agenda that might have turned people away from the Democratic Party?
I think agenda might be the wrong word.
Totally,
I think there might be a cultural sort of movement that is very leftist, extremely leftist at this moment. Yeah, but I also think that movement is sort of a reaction of the last few years, you know, culturally sort of swinging the other way. But yeah, certainly I could say that. And now personally, I see this movement and I align myself with it because I see a lot of the things that are being fought for and a lot of the people that are fighting are things I believe in deeply. But sure, no, I absolutely, for the sake of the argument, yeah, I'm sure there are some people who that was a turnoff for. Yeah.
Actually, speaking of agenda, I want to bring up something that you said earlier. You said something along the lines of like, our agenda is making the rest of the party and you look bad. I define my agenda as fighting for women's rights, which have been very much heavily under attack. Roe v. Wade was just like abolished. I define my agenda as increasing economic opportunities for a shrinking middle class. I define my agenda as holding billionaires accountable because clearly there's an issue with the distribution of wealth in this country. And I think that Trump is a product of this because people are unhappy and people do need to see a change. The middle class is shrinking and Trump is over here blaming everyone else when in reality it's because he continues to give incredible tax breaks to the 0.01%. And I think it's funny that I'm like actively trying to fight for the rights of you and you and you and you, but to you I'm making you look bad.
Oh my god, yes. I feel the same way.
Roasted. Because she's black. Literally. Like,
yeah. I honestly,
no, it's not because of that.
I feel the same way, dude. Like, when I try to like convince people at work about this stuff, like my coworkers, and like I'm trying to help them see like the actual reality of it, and they just like renege or don't believe me, or like, oh, you're just spreading, you know, lies, propaganda. Like literally the other day I was telling them about like, oh, they started ICE raids the second day of Trump's presidency on Tuesday, and she didn't believe me. And I showed her an Associated Press article showing that they were gonna start the deportations, and she's like, oh, that's no, not Associated Press. I showed her a PBS one. And she's like, oh, that's leftist. That's leftist media. And I'm like, what do you mean? That's PBS. That's public. That's state. That's government, you know. And she's like, no, yeah, but they're leftist. And I'm like, they're literally sourcing Associated Press. And then I went to the Associated Press article, like the actual article, and she's like, oh, and then she believed me right after. And it's like,
yeah. They're mentally ill.
Yeah.
They're literally brainwashed.
The thing is, too, she doesn't consider herself to be a conservative or hardcore right-winger or anyway. Yeah. I think she sees herself as, like, more apolitical or, if anything, like a centrist. I feel it's like she sees I mean, she probably sees herself more liberal than centrist, slightly, on some things, but, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just hard to get through to these people sometimes, and I'm like, here I am actively fighting for you, actively trying to keep you informed, and you just push back, and you're like making it seem like I'm trying to make you like look bad, or like, you know, say you're like, you know, you're on the wrong side. And I'm not trying to say that. I'm just trying to see you face the actual reality of things, you know. And yeah,
you should have literally told her. You know who else was on PBS? Mr. Rogers. Is Mr. Rogers a communist?
A leftist communist? Yeah.
Well,
you're telling me Elmo? You're telling me Elmo's a communist? I mean, he is red, so that's literally the color of communism.
Sesame Street is communist.
Yeah.
IU is communism. Reading Between the Lines is communism.
Yep.
Dragon Tales.
Communism.
They had a Hispanic boy in there.
Yeah, they did.
They had Enrique. That is communism. They had
Barney.
The Adventures
communism.
Of Communism.
That's
Irish communism, actually.
Yeah, the worst kind of communism, in my opinion.
Exactly. Sid the Science Kid?
Yeah.
Might as well be Fauci's fucking little lab experiment.
That's Fauci's and Goebbels. Fucking little
Exactly.
pet project right there.
Exactly.
See, Sid the Science Kid came from secret Nazi files that the Americans took when they welcomed Nazis into the government.
Operation Paperclip. He was part of that program.
Yeah. Sid the Science Kid was part of that. He's the brainchild of Goebbels, and
Exactly.
Wait, right? Goebbels is the propaganda guy, right? He was Hitler's propaganda master.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Sid the Science Kid was Goebbels' pet project, his masterpiece, Les Prises de Résistance, if you will.
Exactly.
The ultimate form of German Nazi communism. Wow.
Martha Speaks. Might as well be speaking Communist Manifesto.
Yeah. Literally reading quotations of Mao Zedong.
Reading Rainbow? Communism.
Might as well be Zhang Haozhu.
I'm glad you brought that up because I really, like I said, I think we all kind of agree.
Ho Chi Minh.
It's not what you're fighting for that we take issue with whatsoever. It's how
Uncle
people
Ho
on the very far left,
Yeah, exactly.
how they communicate it, that can come across as very combative, very divisive, very tribalistic, and very hateful towards anyone that doesn't automatically agree with them. Now, what's interesting is that there's clearly a huge division even within the far left and the progressives, right? It's like the economic progressives and the cultural progressives. When you're talking about anything to do with the economy or distribution of wealth, that is more like the economic side of things. And then we have the more cultural side of things where they're really, really preoccupied with things like race and sex and sexual orientation. Now, those people exist, and I agree that I think that the right, the Republicans,
gay people and black people.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking whiny.
You guys are literally party poopers.
Me cagan el día.
Literally pooping all over Biden's parade. If it wasn't for the leftists, Biden would have won, and we would have been under the second Biden presidency right now.
The second grade Biden president.
Yeah. The Green New Deal was this close.
jumped on that and exaggerated massively. And I also agree that the left didn't necessarily try to separate itself from that. They just kind of defended it. You know, they defended it more. They kind of dug their heels in deeper rather than saying, we don't want to actually focus on that. We want to focus on the vulnerable. We want to focus on
shame on you for defending them.
Defending the vulnerable, the downtrodden, the beaten, the exploited. How dare you?
Shame on you. The migrant? You're defending that guy?
Why are you defending them? Like, what?
Yay.
How anti-Christian of you. How anti-democratic of you to think about other people. Yeah. Wow.
Want to focus on tax fairness. We want to focus on like school loans. We want to focus on all that because I think that would be way more unifying.
But you can't focus on one without the other. This country is not just economic and then social. It's socio-economic.
Yeah.
An example of when this hasn't worked is when it comes to increasing legislation on welfare and creating welfare breaks. A lot of Republican rhetoric will be around people are career welfare people are just sitting on welfare. And they'll use a lot of stereotypes and stigmas that are around the Black community and be able to kind of hijack racism and xenophobia to then in turn create economic policies that don't benefit anyone because the majority of people on welfare are actually white. So it's not like, so it's not like one and the same and you can't separate it and say, oh.
Okay, hold on. What does this fact check say? This depends on the program. For SNAP benefits, white recipients make up the largest group at 40%. For temporary assistance for needy families, TANF, the recipients are 38% Hispanic, 28% Black, and 25% white. Doesn't matter. You're still,
No, you're poor.
You're technically
you have ruined my day. Just for existing.
Yeah. F you for existing and having to need extra help. Wow.
Well, people who care about defining.
Just get a better job.
Just sell stuff.
there's a thing called
Start a
being
yard
an
sale.
fuck, I can't even say entrepreneur. It's called being an entrepreneur. It's called being a hustler, honey. Okay.
Exactly.
Get your bootstraps on and get to work.
Civil
Get
rights
slaving.
can be in
Yeah.
one camp, and people
Be
who
a
care
slave.
about defining economic rights are in another camp. It's one and the same. It's all the same issue.
That really
But the
highlights
thing-
what that division is, though, right? It's not necessarily a left versus right division. It's really a populist versus institutionalist division. Even when we see like recent events with Luigi and people on
My
two
hero.
different sides that are
Saint Luigi?
agreeing that sometimes these actions feel like there's a guttural sense of justice.
The man of
and
the
we could
people?
argue whether or not
Free him. He did nothing wrong, bro. Bro literally got arrested just for being at McDonald's. That's
He was like,
crazy.
he has an alibi. We were actually hanging out playing Mario Kart.
Yeah, we were actually playing Mario Kart at 4 a.m. Or,
He
I
was not in
mean,
New
6
York.
a.m. Yeah, he was not in New York. He was in California. He
California.
was in
Hanging
Nebraska.
out.
I think I also heard that he was giving out food to the needy and the poor. Like, come on.
Sounds like a nice guy.
Yeah, he's just a cool, chill guy. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Literally just got arrested for being at McDonald's and being mistaken for someone else. That's crazy.
Exactly.
you know,
Be
these
right
things
back.
are
I'm going to the
ethical.
bathroom.
Yeah,
but
go ahead.
There is clear support amongst right-wing coalitions and left-wing coalitions that I'm getting screwed over by institutions right now. So when you say progressives are trying to like demonize people or not like accept people who don't automatically agree with them, I'd say that's not the case. I think that progressives and people that are on the populist right have a lot more in common
100%. I
than
so
people that
agree
are
with that.
institutionalists
I
versus
so agree with that, and I want to clarify that the only time the division really comes in is when there's a hard focus on race and sex. That's when it seems to be very, very divisive. Because if I try to say anything that's a little bit anti-feminist, even if it's not, it's like, oh my God, you're on the right, you're an anti-feminist, and it's like, no.
I was just simply going to say, you guys are not wrong. I don't disagree with anything that you just said in your last statements. But I think what we need to understand is that word we've been using, agenda, honestly is synonymous with marketing in this particular conversation. Kamala and the DNC raised more than $1 billion to get her message out there.
Wow, $1 billion and they still couldn't win. That's crazy. Imagine receiving $1 billion for your campaign fund and not winning. Like, these are people actively fundraising for you. Not only fundraising, but probably also some corporate donors, some mega million donations from rich people, from super PACs, and I mean, also the grassroots donations. All of that accumulating to $1 billion. And what do you do with it? You waste it all on marketing and ads that didn't work, unfortunately. And also, like even with those billions of dollars that you wasted, you ended up going into debt. And you can't even pay people that worked for your campaign.
Nice.
He was just talking about how the DNC raised $1 billion for Kamala.
And it didn't mean anything.
Yeah, and it didn't mean anything. So I was just saying, like, it didn't mean anything. None of the messaging worked. None of the ads worked. And even with those $1 billion, they went over budget, and now they're in debt, and they can't even pay people who worked on that campaign. Like, how sad. Wow. Went into debt just to not win with $1 billion in campaign funds. Wow. Only Kamala. Only the Democratic Party.
What was the message? That's
there was
that
no
to
message.
me is
But
the
that's a
problem.
moderate message. Like, that's on y'all. That wasn't us.
I would agree.
Kamala has a moderate
I would
message.
agree because the messaging from the DNC was that she wasn't Trump, which seemed like the same thing they pushed with Hillary, and it was
Yeah.
like, I mean, at least that was the progressive perception of the situation, 100%.
I mean, at least we have an agenda. I feel like a lot of the moderate agenda is just like, we're not that, and we don't like that.
The moderate agenda is just keeping the status quo. Literally not changing a single thing. Maybe introducing a little piece of legislation here and there, but pretty much everything the status quo. Every Democratic president that we've been, every Democratic administration we've ever been has not, maybe Obama the exception, has not really actively changed our lives for the better or a significant amount. And I say Obama as exception because he did pass the Affordable Care Act, which did affect a lot of people in a positive way, even though Republicans don't see it that way, unfortunately. But yeah, wow. I mean, honestly, like no Democrat has really changed the system in a significant way to really be a positive effect on everyday people. Like, yeah, for the mega rich and the 1%, yeah, like they, they gotten their stuff from both parties. But the everyday people, not really. I mean, we've mostly been suffering and being oppressed. Mostly.
Nice.
I do have
Anyway.
issue with this though, because it's like some progressives separate themselves from moderates and are like, "Well, that's on you
Good.
guys." Like, no, we're all on the same team. Like, I feel
No,
like a lot of progressives
no.
didn't find a reason to support Kamala.
No, I
and
get that.
feeling
These
that any type of
motherfuckers
unfun.
constantly like to make themselves we're not far left, we're not progressive. Oh, but when they fuck up, it's like no, we're all in it. It's like
Yeah.
no, bitch.
Like
No,
no,
that's what I
that's
told
you. That's a you problem, bro.
You literally wanted to go moderate. All right, go moderate. What did they do? They fucked in the ass.
Yep.
That's what happens. That's literally what happened with Hillary.
Hillary, with Joe.
Even Hillary. The reason why Joe won was because there was COVID.
Yeah.
If there
I
wasn't
mean,
COVID,
yeah.
Trump would have won.
I think it would have been close. But yeah, I think Trump would have won if there was no COVID, probably. Well, then again, actually, I don't know. I think it still would have been close. At least, because I mean, let me see. The economy was going for a downturn a little bit, even before COVID. But I mean, COVID did exaggerate it like quite a lot. And him not really doing anything to combat COVID in any significant way in a timely manner really did kind of fuck him. But I mean, that's Trump's own fault for being just, a terrible leader.
If Trump literally kept on doing the stimulus checks, he would have won.
No, yeah, he would have.
If he could have kept doing it, he would have won.
No, yeah. I mean, come on. Everyone loved I'm not gonna lie, I liked it too.
Everyone loves free money.
Yeah.
Everyone loves free money.
Helicopter money, yeah.
Exactly.
But no, yeah, if he kept doing that, he would have been way more popular and he probably would have won. Like if there's like maybe like 2 or 3 more stimmy checks, leading up to the election, he probably would have won.
Yeah, he would have.
It's 70% progressive ideals' fault for losing. I'm just in the context of this conversation.
When I said that, you have to understand when I said that, I am in no way, shape, or form attacking the progressive agenda. There's that word again, right?
You
what I'm
literally
saying
did at the beginning of the video.
I know.
Majority of the country can't process what it is that the progressives would like to enact while they're
what
in
you
power.
talking about? They
constantly
said it. They constantly said it. It's a social safety net, whether it be affordable housing, expanding Medicare, Medicaid, or fucking doing the Affordable Care Act. It's constantly that. The fact that these motherfuckers don't want to listen to that constantly push it away and saying that it's too extreme. That's a different story.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
It's constantly Bernie pushes it all the time. Ro Khanna pushes it all the time. Sometimes when AOC feels like it and wants to be different on Instagram, she'll sometimes do it. But it's constantly shown.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
No. Shut the fuck up, dog.
It's just a lot of these establishment moderate Democrats. They're just like, no, we can't do that.
What about my insider trading?
Because my insider trading, where am I gonna get the insurance company kickbacks?
Where am I gonna get my lobbying money?
Yeah. What
Where is
about
that gonna go?
who's thinking about me, huh?
Who's that?
The politician.
Who's thinking about my bank account?
Exactly.
My summer home in Vermont.
Yeah, my Spanish villa in the Bahamas.
My winery in California.
Yeah.
than 100% of nothing. And right now we have 100% of zero. So we have these progressive ideals, these progressive ideologies, philosophies, this progressive morality that I don't really have any issue with. But
then what's the
what
problem?
good does it do us in our pocket?
So why do Democrats?
What the fuck do you mean?
Yeah, what
What
is
is this guy's fucking saying?
And I fully feel like 50% of something is better than 100% of nothing. And right now we have 100% of zero. So we have these progressive ideals, these progressive ideologies, philosophies, this progressive morality that I don't really have any issue with. But what good does it do us in our pocket?
Literally look at Tim Walz and what he did in Minnesota. Literally look what he did in his own fucking state. These motherfuckers would have knocked it down immediately. No, that's too extreme. He made fucking free lunch at schools.
Yeah.
In his fucking state. No,
we can't do that. No, that's too. That's
might as well
too
be
much.
communism. Might as well be in Vietnam. This is Vietnam. We're in Vietnam now.
We're in Vietnam. We're in Ho Chi Minh City.
Pol Pot is here. He's in America.
We're in Pyongyang.
We're in Shanghai.
Yeah, we're in Shanghai. We're in fucking Havana.
Exactly. We're in
Like,
Caracas.
Yeah.
Hugo Chavez has made his
my
comeback. He's back from the dead.
Oh man.
Not align themselves with that then? If there's no issue with these policies, with these ideas, with these philosophies, that's my question.
I guess I would come back with, you realize that in like the last 100 million elections in the United States, Democrats always win the popular vote.
Okay,
so what? We obviously know that this fucking thing's fucked up.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean dick.
Let's see.
What matters is the electoral vote.
No, yeah, the electoral college is what matters most, but it's a broken system.
Yeah.
Right here it says the Democratic Party has won the United States presidential election popular vote every year since 1988 between Bush and Dukakis.
Except for this year. To me, that's the most telling statistic of.
I mean, the only reason the Democrats didn't win the popular vote this year is because a lot of people who could have and would have voted did not show up to vote. And if they did, they did not vote for Kamala. They probably voted either for Trump or they probably voted third party. And the third party vote wasn't even a significant amount. Like if all the third party votes went to Kamala, she still would not have won.
You yourself, Joe, your vote is what fucked everything up.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did.
my one vote to the PSL fucked everything up. California went red because of me.
It literally, yeah, exactly.
Of anything that came out of this election was that the majority of people in this country are now saying whatever's over here on the left is just too much.
And I would argue that there's no one who's espousing that.
It just feels like you're blaming us when the candidate who didn't win the popular vote is.
Yeah, it is.
It is. What the fuck? What are you
In
doing?
American
You literally
history,
just
and
said
he
it right
ran
now.
on
Yeah. Oh my god, dude. Libs. I swear. Like how do they live with
They
themselves?
wonder why they lose.
Yeah.
They wonder. They ask themselves constantly why they lose.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
Why
don't
do you
know.
sound like Hillary Clinton?
Yeah.
That's probably the reason why they don't want to vote. I would have done the same. You sound
Yeah.
like Hillary, the demon Clinton.
Yeah, and come on, Clinton was literally the most
Insane.
unpopular
Hillary
person
Clinton,
ever.
insane on earth.
Yeah.
She is the Antichrist.
Yeah.
A very progressive campaign. Did he live up to a lot of those promises?
No.
He did not. But he ran on a very progressive agenda, and he got the most votes in American
Can
history.
you
But you realize that the Democratic Party was always known as the party of the people, the small business guy, the working
What does that
class
mean?
people,
You mean
unions, right?
Implementing progressive policies.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
Exactly.
No.
No, we can't do that. What about the corporation? What about the big businesses?
What about Disney? What about Amazon? Let's think about Target for a second.
What about these multi-billionaires and their yachts. And you know, what are we gonna do when they're all gone? We're gonna have no business. We're gonna have no jobs. We're gonna have nothing. None of this. Like, come on, let's be real.
I like to see on Huntington Beach multi-billion-dollar yachts.
Yeah.
What if that's all gone?
What if
That was
that's
a
all
beautiful
gone?
scenery.
What about the beautiful scenery in Huntington Beach when all the yachts are gone? Well, guess what? The air's gonna be cleaner. We're not gonna have shitty ass racist people in the country. You know, um, we're gonna have actual healthcare, actual free education, and you know we're gonna be living in a much better place without these people. Let's be honest. Without these people dictating what we should and should not do. Like, I don't know. Like, it's like we as workers already know how to do the job. We don't need bosses to tell us how to do our jobs. The bosses just dick around, sit in their office and look pretty if they're even, you know, decent to look at. Most of them are not. But like workers already know how to do the work. Workers teach other workers how to do work. Bosses do not teach workers how to do work. Bosses just exploit and eat hot chip and lie. That's all they do.
The American dream.
Yeah.
Does it say to you guys that most people have now associated the Democratic Party with wealth and elitism, right?
But that's
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Would it be the insider trading that's in Congress, like Nancy Pelosi?
Yeah. Could it be
All
Nancy
these motherfuckers. It
Pelosi?
could be that. No.
Hillary
it couldn't be.
Clinton.
No, it can't be. It can't be that.
You know, Mark
No.
Cuban? No.
No,
It could
no.
nah.
It couldn't be that. It has to be something else.
Yeah. Well, they're just I don't know. I can't point my finger to it.
You're arguing our case. You're arguing our case. That's why I'm talking about the marketing aspect of it all.
You're over here. You're over here.
Come on, don't be a pussy. Michael.
Yeah.
You know they're right.
No, you're absolutely right.
Can you erase that?
This guy.
Y'all better leave that in there.
Moderate Democrats have shifted too far to the right.
That is true. Speaking facts.
They've always been there.
Not that they shifted, is that they let it slide.
Yeah.
It's more what's
Right.
happening.
And it
They
is
let
very
it slide.
uncomfortable for me to be like, wow,
Wow, she admitted it. She even admitted it.
I myself have shifted to the right, and it is very uncomfortable for me to be like, wow, why are they looking more reasonable? Why are they easier to talk to?
Yeah, how come deporting 20 million migrants is reasonable?
Why do I look like a piece of shit compared to all these guys?
Yeah, you know, deporting 20 million migrants, you know, maybe that could be a good thing. You know, maybe privatizing all of our social programs, you know, maybe that is a good thing. You know, maybe paying higher prices is patriotic. You know?
Getting rid of the CDC sounds like a cool idea.
Yeah, having RFK being the head of HHS is very cool. That's the common sense thing.
During a bird flu pandemic.
Yeah.
Epidemic, I mean, not pandemic, epidemic.
Well, soon to be pandemic.
Why do I like them more? I've been a liberal my whole life. I mean, my whole family is Democrat. I've always been on the left. And so, just for me personally, I have and I know people
woke up hating
who
Mexicans
are
one
similar
day,
to
and I
me,
just
where
like,
they've
fuck
been
this guy.
voted Democrat their whole life and they've been liberal. And we're like, we look not the extremists, obviously, but there's a lot of MAGA people who are awesome. Like, they're so nice and they're so fun to talk to and they're so willing to listen to me. And
they're
so
just retarded.
in that case,
Yeah.
I feel like, man, I just kind of
You're just happy to talk to them because it makes you feel smarter. You feel better.
Literally, you feel more because they're really dumb people.
Yeah.
Unfortunately to say, the MAGA sexuals are very dumb, retarded people. They don't know how to read.
No,
they don't know how to read.
They don't. I'm
Franklin
sorry to
the
say.
Turtle, might as well put the Harry Potter book in front of them, you know? It's the same thing to them.
Yeah.
They can't read. That's probably why she like, is like, they're so nice. I was like, yeah, because you're probably like fucking, you read like 3 grades higher than them or something.
Yeah.
kind of
like,
do
but
better,
come on,
maybe in
Bill.
the middle or a little bit more to the right, because I'm having a hard time having conversations that feel constructive with people on the left.
Can you?
Oh wow, is that because they actually make a compelling and very formative argument, and you have no answer to it? Is it that why? Because you can't argue with them because they're right?
They can't articulate what they're trying to say.
Yeah. But when you
All they
talk to
say is no.
Republicans, you feel much better. I wonder why.
I wonder why.
Can you talk about like what issues that you feel like you shifted more right on?
So when it comes to things like, let's say, immigration,
of course,
people on the left,
That's
when you
right.
bring it up,
Here you
they're
go.
like, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Like immigration,
I think it's a problem. It's a huge
that's
issue.
awesome. So glad that people
Oh,
can see
thank
that
you.
there are people out there who are more on the progressive side who say that it's a problem, because when
But it's
I've
not what
spoken
she
with
thinks
people,
it is.
they kind of want
Yeah.
to downplay it.
It's a
They
problem
want
in a
to
different
justify
way.
it. They want to say these people are helping the economy. They're not committing that many crimes compared to Americans.
But that's that way. That's
I mean,
so true.
that is true.
That is
Those
true.
things are
Yeah.
true. But it's still a problem. We can't sustain 11 million new citizens.
That's
like,
I disagree with that completely. I think that there's so many areas across the country that are underdeveloped that need people in order to make those economies thrive.
I do
Yeah.
think that's
Mississippi,
true, but
like
Yeah.
Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
They look like Haiti.
Yeah, they do.
Those states look like Haiti.
Especially now after the devastating hurricane, unfortunately.
The South looks like a developing country.
Yeah,
It looks really bad.
it is. I mean, come on, migrants boost the local economy because they just love buying stuff. I mean, let's be real. Mexicans are so especially Mexicans living in America, so consumer pilled. They just love to spend money, myself included. I include myself in that.
Including Joe, he's ready to buy Civ 7 with all the DLCs.
I am.
He's
I'm ready to spend.
Whip out that fucking wallet.
I am. I'm not gonna lie. I'm ready to spend $130 on the most expensive version of Civ 7. I am.
God damn.
I am not joking. I am willing to spend that money. Like, imagine this kind of purchasing power in a small town in Georgia or Mississippi. You know what that's gonna do? That's gonna boost the economy. It's gonna bring jobs. It's gonna bring more opportunity, and it's gonna just make life better. In general.
But I think that we can't have like a completely open border policy.
Nobody's
like,
advocating that's a straw man. It's not.
I
an
think
open
my
border
issue
policy.
is that we have a very hard, like the amount of homelessness of American citizens right now is so high, and
You
the
can
middle
literally
class is
tackle both at
shrinking,
the same
and I would
time.
like to focus.
Yeah.
It's not just a little single thing issue like that. You can just literally tackle it at the same time.
I mean, you can literally tackle homelessness right now, because for every one empty house in America, or actually no, for every, I think it's the statistic was like for every 2 to 3 homeless people that there are in America, there's like one house that's empty. So you can literally house all the homeless people and still have houses left over.
Yep.
Like, but we don't do it because it's not profitable. There's no profit in it, because homeless people can't pay rent.
And they stink. So
yeah.
There you go.
Focus on economic rights for current citizens before trying to include so many new people.
Yeah, and I would say that's more of a nationalist angle than I would take on when it comes to the overall well-being of people in general, especially when I put myself in a place where I'm coming from a destabilized nation that has to do a lot with U.S. foreign policy.
Oh, where are you from, buddy? Where you from, buddy?
I don't want to vilify
Speaking
those
to the
people or
mic.
say that they're criminals when it's a civic violation. People who run a stoplight, we wouldn't call it criminal, even though they've technically
did you
broken the
say?
law. I wouldn't call it criminal.
No,
That
the
makes sense.
vilification is just end that, cut that shit. But at the same time, it is an issue that we need to address. Them as people is not the issue.
Is half her
but
eyebrows
we as a country
shaved or
have
dyed
not-
blonde?
I think they're dyed blonde. I think.
She has
I see
alopecia
what
on her
you.
eyebrows.
This guy. No, yeah, I think. Yeah, I think half of it's
Yeah.
just blonde. Yeah, it kind of looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it kind of seems like there's blonde hair.
really come up with
Okay.
a great plan for immigration.
Yeah. So So then that sounds more moderate to me. Like that sounds a little bit like I can have a conversation about that. That's just one example of it's because I'm
buddy,
not sure they have to feel like they have to defend their stance so strongly that anything that challenges them a
Deport
little
them
bit, they see
all.
just being like an attack on them.
That's
And
what she's gonna say right now.
Discuss the issue, especially when you can see how big
Put
of a
them in
problem it is
camps.
for so many people in the country, where they really have strong feelings about immigration. And if we just kind of say, well, no, I look at it differently, and no, you're dramatizing it, and no, maybe you're just racist or whatever it might be. That's kind of where I kind of split from.
Well,
the
it is
liberal
rooted in
side.
a lot of racism. I mean, you don't think Trump saying that Haitian immigrants are eating cats and dogs?
Yeah, that's
isn't
so.
racist?
Yeah, that's not racist. That's just what they do. It's not. It's not. Yeah, it's not. It's not racist. It's not racist if it's true. Come on.
Nice.
What? Of course they do. They do voodoo. They're Haitians. Come on.
They created zombies.
Yeah, literally. Obviously, people, if people watching, that is sarcasm. If you couldn't tell, if you're
Joe was not capping. He genuinely believes that.
I do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Statements like that are racist, but just because he says that doesn't mean that people who maybe are questioning the way.
Okay, first of all, lady, don't say.
What are you doing? Lady, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Stop. I need you to stop right now.
You cannot tell a person of color what is racist and what is not racist, lady. First of all, come on. People of color know racism because we experience it every day.
It's like, well, did he call them the N-word? If no, then it's not racist.
Yeah, it's just not. Like, I'm not saying it to you, even though I'm thinking it. I'm not saying it.
The way that we're dealing with immigration right now are automatically.
But Trump is defining a rhetoric. I mean,
so,
but
yeah.
when Trump made that statement,
you hope so.
Hate crimes against Haitian immigrants increased in the areas in which he made that statement.
Yeah.
So people are listening.
Just like when he said China virus and the hate crime against Asians went up exponentially.
Mm-hmm. No, that was coincidence.
Yeah, we just do that.
Yeah.
We just randomly did that after he said it. It just happened to be a coincidence that he said that.
Yeah. It just happened to cross paths, you know.
Yeah.
With Trump. So if the leader of your party is espousing such a hateful and racist rhetoric, I think that as people who know that to be untrue, we really have to fight.
You know who else did that? That is so weird.
Who could have said that? Who else has said that? Oh, no.
Right now, Elon is disturbingly anti-Semitic.
Island News again?
For his recent flick. Some calling it disturbingly anti-Semitic. Nazi salute appeared to be a Nazi.
Oh wait, that's not Adolf Hitler. My bad.
Oh.
I thought that was Hitler. You know who also said stuff, similar to Trump? This guy.
This guy.
Who I accidentally mistook
Us making
for this guy.
For this South African migrant.
Yeah.
Fight against that, and we have to fight hard because people are friggin' listening to him.
I think
and
this goes back to
wrong.
the success of populist messaging, right? So Trump is running a populist campaign where who you're pitting the people against are people coming from other countries. We can't support our veterans. We can't support our homeless because of these people coming from other places.
Which I don't,
and that's the rhetoric that is winning people over because they clearly see that they're getting screwed over in this economy. And they're trying to figure out who can I blame for that? The people that are easy to blame are people that you don't know, that you might not share a similar culture or language with, or people that you've never seen before because you've grown up in like a very traditionalist, homogenous small town, and someone's coming over here wearing a dress, what's going on? They must be the issue of why I can't pay for my groceries. All of this is like the demonizing of marginalized groups that has nothing to do with economic output.
Yeah. All right. And on that note, I'm gonna end the stream here because it's getting close to my bedtime. Plus, I have to go to the gym tomorrow morning. I go to the gym like at 4 a.m.
Nice.
I need some sleep.
Nice.
But yeah, it was fun streaming with you, and thank you everyone for watching. If Adrian's not with me here tomorrow, I will probably keep watching this Jubilee and the rest of the queue. But I don't know. We're gonna talk with Adrian, see if he wants to come back tomorrow or another day or something. Maybe I can put off the Jubilee stuff until next time, because I really enjoyed collabing with you. This was nice.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I like it.
Yeah, just hit me up whenever you're down to collab. I'm down. But yeah, on that note, thank you everyone for watching on my stream and on Adrian's stream, yappycappy98. Give him a follow. Right. Click the bell to get notified whenever we go live, whenever one of us goes live. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't really have anything else to say. I think. I mean, do you want to have any? You have anything to say?
I don't think so. Just follow Comrade Joe 714. Pretty cool dude.
Thank you. Thank you.
Funny shit, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, cool. Bye, Twitch. And YouTube. This is going to go on YouTube later. I'm probably going to edit it tomorrow. But yeah, anyways, bye-bye.
All right. See ya.